and more. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and in Chocowinity next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
This is Dr. Anthony Scalick from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville. We offer a variety of services including arthroscopic surgery, sports medicine, carpal tunnel surgery, general orthopedics, fracture care, total joint replacement, physical therapy, and on-site MRIs. For experienced and professional medical care, visit our office on W.H. Smith Boulevard in Greenville and online at orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East, providing services to ECU and Pitt County athletics for over 35 years. Go Pirates!
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Corey Scott, former ECU Baseball All-American. During my playing days, I specialized on the field as a closer. Now, as your mortgage loan officer, I am once again specializing in closing. But this time, I am closing for you, not just the Pirates. At Movement Bank, we offer portfolio loans such as 100% doctor loans with no PMI, home equity lines of credit, and jumbo loans, all at historically low rates. Contact me today, and I will be your closer. Call Coach Corey at 378-5252. That's 378-5252. And go Pirates.
Hey, welcome to Jack Brown's.
Hey, can I get a cheeseburger and add lettuce and tomato?
No, we don't have it. You can get some macaroni and barbecue chips on it, though. Greg Brady style.
Or cream cheese and jalapeno jelly.
Cobra Kai. Or bacon, a fried egg, and some cheese. Chiplet.
Or just cheese, like a cheeseburger.
Cool. I'll take a Greg Brady with those new cheese fries you guys got.
Sounds good.
Oh, I forgot. Can I get a side of ranch?
No! Jack Brown's, 805 Dickinson Avenue, Greenville.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in eastern North Carolina. With Blackwood and Mills Creek in Greenville, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar in Ayden, these are just a few of the developments featuring BMS Builders homes. They can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or East Carolina football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. BMS Builders. Give them a call at 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
The divisional round of the NFL playoffs are on Pirate Radio.
Goff looking to pass, throws left side, Woods wide open, makes the catch at the 5, strolls to the end zone, touchdown LA.
Rodgers under center with Jones behind him, fakes the handoff to Jones, here comes pressure off the edge, throws for the end zone, caught, wide open, Allen Lazard.
Tune in Saturday at 4 and Sunday at 2:30, right here on Pirate Radio, your radio home for the NFL playoffs.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this with purple.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hello, everyone. Welcome in to Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios and coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We are live online, pr927fm.com. We are on 1250, 930, and you can watch us on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Subscribe to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube Live, and you can check out this program, The Brian Bailey Show, our post-game interview videos, and every now and then we'll do a watch-along like we did Saturday night. That's available to check out on Pirate Radio TV. Coming up on today's show, we will recap Wild Card Weekend. We'll talk some ECU hoops, a little ECU baseball as well on today's program. Brian Bailey will join us coming up at 3:30. Had a great interview, a great hour with Robert Jones earlier today. If you missed it, you can check it out coming up at 6 o'clock right here on Pirate Radio. We'll talk to Double B at 3:30. Ronnie Woodward from the Daily Reflector joins us at 4 o'clock to get you ready for tonight's championship game, recap ECU's basketball loss over the weekend to South Florida, and more at 4:30. It's the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, as we'll talk about the college basketball action tonight, get his thoughts on the championship game, get his thoughts on Doug Peterson getting fired by the Philadelphia Eagles. That happened just within the last hour. So we'll talk about that with Jeff Nadu. And Troy D will be in here in the 5 o'clock hour, talking playoffs, talking ECU baseball, and more coming up later on in today's program. We'll get it rolling with Jonathan Ellerbe, who was here to kick off today's show. Hello, Ellerbe.
What's up, Clipper? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you.
Did the Eagles miss Black Monday last week?
Yeah, they're a week late. They get rid of Doug Peterson today. I was pretty surprised by that. I know they have a lot of issues, front office and otherwise, so they will be in the market for a new coach. I've already seen a lot of Doug Peterson to the Jets tweets already, so the Jets may have their man that was just fired today. It's a recycle business, Ellerbe, these NFL coaches.
Do you do your fan previews? Do you have a Jets fan?
Yeah, I've had a couple different guys actually.
I just wonder who, like, if you're like, I don't know any Jets fans. Like,
I actually went to he's an old meteorologist from WNCT Channel 9, Ben Williams, and now he lives in Alabama.
Yeah.
Follow him on Twitter, and he's my Jets guy.
Wow.
So, but should I go down to Alabama and find out?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how many of I don't even know what we're talking about. I just wonder, like, if you're a Jets fan, like, who would excite you to be your next head coach, and would Doug Peterson be that guy to be excitement level in New York?
Well, we had a Jets fan called in and won a $40 gift card to Familia Saturday night during our live watch. Richard in Greenville from New York, and he was upset because not only did they have a bad season and they're looking for a coach, also they missed out on Trevor Lawrence.
Sure.
So not a lot to be excited about from a Jets perspective. Ellerbe, I am in a pretty good mood today. I'm happy with my team's performance on Saturday night.
Your football team?
I thought the football team showed up well. They're a little disappointed in the defense, and they give up a lot of points. They didn't get to Brady a whole lot. I think they had a couple of sacks. They had a forced fumble in the game, but the offense and Taylor Heineke certainly exceeded my expectations on Saturday night. We had a lot of fun here in the Pirate Radio studios. Chandler Honeycutt, Tony Dunn, and all the people that watched the game with us and tagged along. It was a lot of fun.
How did this one compare to other watch-alongs?
This one, even though I'm an ECU graduate, alum, fan, and I get more into Washington games than I do ECU games from an emotional standpoint.
Why are you emotionally attached to the football team?
I've rooted for them longer. And
really?
There's I don't know, like that's...
Is it because it's professional and you feel like you can hold the players and coaches more accountable because you don't interview them face-to-face too, maybe?
I mean, it could. I will definitely criticize a professional player more so than a college football player. But that's just... I don't know. And over the years, ECU is while it's fun and I root for them, it's like a job, especially on those long Saturdays. But the football team is just a fandom, and it's a way to release anger, frustration, and also have joy every now and then.
All right. So the football team ends on a down note, but really a positive note for Clip Brock. Is Heineke your new guy?
I don't know. He deserves a shot to be on the roster.
Well, I think it's pretty easy to kind of get a shot in Washington right now at the quarterback position, isn't it?
Yeah, as long as you are breathing and have a pulse, you have a shot. I'd like to bring in a veteran. I'm on team Matt Stafford, actually. I would like to see Matt Stafford in a Washington uniform, but Heineke certainly deserves a shot going into 2021. In fact, his touchdown run was the highlight of the game for Washington and the highlight of our stream, Ellerbe, as we got pretty excited when Taylor Heineke ran it in. This was late in the third quarter. This cut the game to 5 and made you really feel like Washington had a shot. And here's how it sounded when Chandler, Tony Dunn, and myself watched that play live. Oh, dear. My least favorite down, Tony.
Least favorite down. It's about to be your worst favorite. Ah! Heineke, the hero! No! The hero! He got in! He got in! He got in! He's a hero! He got in! What? Heineke, the hero! He got in!
Man, The excitement. I got to get. I mean, Chandler for one day really was all in as a Washington fan. He wore my Sean Taylor jersey. He was really excited on that play. That was the high pitched screaming you heard there. So
was that Chandler?
That was Chandler. I was the deeper voice screaming. Chandler was the I don't know what to call it.
I don't know. That literally
more feminine sounding scream you heard was Chandler.
I would like to take that audio and have Chandler go on the streets and play it for people and say, "Can you tell me what these people are doing right now?"
They are watching the Washington football team.
Yes, let's play it again, Shirley, and let's just try to remember that clip did not set up this cut, and that see if you what it would sound like. What are these guys doing here?
Oh dear, my least favorite down, Tony.
Least favorite down. It's about to be your least worst favorite. Heineke, the hero. The hero. He got in. He got in. He's the hero. He got in.
I think if Tony Dunn doesn't say Heineke in there, then I think if we took that part out, then I think it really is like, wow, what were they watching this weekend?
A lot of
it sounded like Chandler's house was being broken into, and he was just
he
like,
got in. He got in. We were trying to keep him out, but he got in.
Man.
He got in.
Like I remember my first beer.
It was like a Michael Myers movie, and you bar the doors, but he still gets in.
Were you that? Have you been that excited for a professional football team before, Chandler?
There's a video out there on YouTube somewhere. I made like the Nationals fans' reaction when we won the World Series, but we can't play it on the air because I've cussed so much. But but the high pitched voice made a appearance in that video.
High pitch,
but it happens all the time when I get excited, especially like for East Carolina games and Panthers games, but recently I haven't had the high-pitched voice for either of those teams, but I had it on Saturday. It was exciting. I was invested.
Hate the football team didn't win. Y'all can't be back at it this Saturday and Sunday.
I've seen nothing but salutes and respect on Twitter to how hard the team played. I mean, they played their hearts out. Taylor Heineke really kind of was a hero, like Tony said. But it was fun to watch. We had a great time on Saturday night watching the game.
Hey, that was the third game of the triple header.
Yeah, it was a long.
Y'all like those formats?
Are you kidding me? Honestly, though, after the boring Saints-Bears game, I was kind of footballed out.
Oh, you couldn't go Browns-Steelers?
I was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. And it got so out of hand early that I stopped watching for a little while. And then when it got a little closer, I went back to it. But yes, 3 games Saturday, 3 games Sunday. I hope they stick with this. Is this a one-year thing? Will they return to the Super Wild Card weekend? I hope they go back to it.
It's really kind of cool because they get you down to 3 games this past weekend, 2 doubleheaders coming up this weekend, and then of course 1 doubleheader. So it's like a 3-2-1 bamboozle there. I really like it, and I like the Saturday games are always fun because you kind of feel like you're playing with house money because you don't have to get up super early for Sunday or have a lot of responsibility to do. So especially for when the football team's playing on a Saturday night.
And for the most part, the games were good. Bills Colts was awesome. How cool was it to see fans back in Buffalo?
Yeah,
for a playoff game. That was really fun to watch as they beat the Colts. Ravens Titans really good as well. Ravens go and win on the road and sets up some fun games coming up this weekend. So
I thought don't discount the Rams Seahawks. I thought that was it was a good battle there. Had some good storylines. The quarterback
I'm sick
went
of
out.
those NFC West teams. I don't know.
If you
personally,
NFC West or do you like the teams in the West or the South the least? Because I did the AFC and NFC South, and it seems like the AFC and NFC West don't tend to get
AFC South is always a boring division to me.
Worse than the NFC South?
NFC South, you at least got. I mean, the Falcons are entertaining, even if they
haven't been good in a few years though.
But yeah, I'm not a big fan of that division either, to be honest. But fun weekend, Ellerbe.
It was.
And we'll have more fun on Pirate Radio coming up this weekend with all the games.
Yeah, absolutely. I was doing some stuff before the show and just kind of looking ahead, and I found some shocking news.
What's that?
Are you aware that the 2 teams that ECU basketball plays this week are below them in the standings of the AAC?
I know Cincinnati stinks, and that's the next matchup. We've talked about them with Jeff Nadu, Mick Cronin now in UCLA, and the talent has dropped off, but they are having a bad year. Who is the weekend opponent?
They play Temple Saturday.
Oh, Temple, yeah.
Temple Saturday here at noon. So they play Cincinnati Wednesday on the road. And if I told you East Carolina at Cincinnati on Wednesday, one team's 7-3, the other team's 3-7. Who are you? I mean, how much money are you going to lose on that one?
If you talk to the man on the street, they're not going to get that one right.
And then if I told you the team coming in here on Saturday currently sits at 1-2. 1-2.
Not playing any games. Guess what, Ellerbe? They're about to be 1-3. They're down 7 points already. 5 minutes into their game against SMU.
So they're playing a game.
They're playing right now.
I think they beat New Jersey, Colonial,
NJIT, maybe.
Yeah, something. Yeah. And then they've lost 2 conference games. But I was just because I was man, I knew the Pirates had a couple games coming up this week. Just wanted to get who they're playing right. I pulled up the standings and I had to refresh my browser a couple times. But I was well, ECU has no chance to bounce back after, a little losing streak the Pirates are on. But now maybe I'm feeling a little more confident. Any more confidence in Clip Brock? And I did want to ask Clip Brock and Shirley Rhodes about their wager on the men and women's.
Oh, I'm doing great right now.
Overall wins.
Conference wins.
Yes.
Conference wins. So the women have lost a couple in a row, right? But they have, 3 wins?
Yeah, they dropped 2 straight, so
they have 3. The men have 1. Yeah, they beat Tulane. So I'm up on you right now, Shirley, because I'm a women's basketball believer, and you aren't.
What? No. That is not what we did. That is not what we discussed.
Ellerbe,
my question was, who will have more conference wins, the men or women?
I said the women.
No, you didn't.
Did I not?
No, you didn't.
You went
I said the men?
You went anti-Title IX, Shirley.
I honestly don't remember saying that, but okay.
Yeah.
I took the women.
You were a hater.
The women.
Yep.
No, I'm not a hater. I just...
Crush a lot.
Would you like to revise your pick?
No, I'm going to stick with it. If I said it was the men, then I'm going to stick with it.
All right.
And we'll have to find the audio on that.
And I hope Coach McNeil's not listening. That's all I said.
Do either of you guys feel confident in the games this week for the men?
No. I don't care who they're playing. I mean,
even 1-2, soon to be 1-3 Temple.
Let's get our
at home on Saturday.
Is Tristan Newton back? Is Noah Faircon playing?
What if ECU's at full strength this week?
Yeah, maybe, but man, those are not great losses we just saw, especially on the road at Tulane. South Florida's pretty good, but if we're
you
back
can't
to
turn
full
the ball
strength,
over too as many times as we did.
And going back to your point, I told Chandler ECU was playing Wednesday. We'll be watching that one during our 5 o'clock hour coming up on Wednesday. And I said it's at Cincinnati, and he was like, "Oh crap!" And I was like, "No, they stink this year." He was like, "Oh, okay." So if you haven't been paying attention, which I haven't watched Cincinnati play this year, I just know they've struggled. That is a winnable game on the road for the Pirates. I tell you what, Jaden Gardner's got to play better for ECU to win as well.
What did you watch more of this fall? The ECU basketball games so far this season, or bowl games during December?
Oh, ECU basketball by far.
You've seen more of that too, because I know you were last Monday. You were telling me how anti-bowl season you were.
Yeah, I didn't watch a lot of bowl games. I'll be watching tonight, and I've seen a lot of people. Not a lot of people. I've seen some people say that the college football playoff and college football is going to go this way until people stop watching. So I'm not watching any of the playoff games. If you think you turning off your TV tonight will have any impact on the future of college football, you think you're more important than you are. Now, if you just want to do it, that's fine. But you're not going to cause any kind of change if you don't tune in to Alabama, Ohio State tonight.
So if you check the phone on Twitter, then that helps, with getting the playoff to change.
If
and
you
not watching.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Do you have to ignore it completely? What if you Google the score? Does that...
Right.
I don't know. But I'll be tuned into that coming up tonight as Bama takes on Ohio State.
Prediction?
I mean, I'm going to go with the Tide. How could you not? I remember last year being all jacked up and had Clemson against LSU, and that did not work out for me.
Yeah, Dog Tigers.
But I think I'm going to ride with the Tide tonight.
Yeah, you kind of wonder with the pickle that college football is the bowl system. If Clip Brock is not watching bowl games, there's a problem.
Well, I think
the bowl games are in this day and age the modern day VHS tape.
I don't like
they're outdated.
Bowl games as it is. There's no stakes. I always say that they're not playing for anything. I've never liked them. I have paid attention to them on normal years, but this year was a little disjointed. I mean, we run our 40 bowls in 14 days. Know your bowl. We talk about them. This year, they kept dropping like flies, and I just didn't pay attention to them.
Well, and the bigger issue is you have the players that are opting out, and it's just the problem is the bowl of what it used to be. Fans aren't going to travel to bowls anymore. I just don't think people are going to spend their money to go to Mobile or to Birmingham or even to Atlanta.
And I wonder why has it changed so much, Ellerbe? Why did people like bowls 30 years ago and not now?
Because I think the generation that liked bowls 30 years ago used to have to go to games to watch the game. They didn't grow up watching every game on television. And I think it's expensive to go to these bowl games, and it's just expensive to travel. And I just think the day and age of packing up the old family truckster and the Brocs driving down to Alabama to cheer on the Pirates for the weekend against, or on a Tuesday against South, taking your time and money. I just don't think that's going to happen anymore. So I think that is where college football has got to come up with some sort of alternative to engage in people in some sort of postseason play.
Yeah, and people criticize the college football playoff, and it can be better, certainly, but it's still better than any other system there's ever been, right?
But they can do so much better.
No, but I said that correct. Yeah. But BCS, you had one versus two. Before that, you just had bowl games, and there was no championship.
Oh
game.
Yeah,
it was like if Penn State beats Ohio, beats
USC.
USC. Then they need to beat them more than Florida beats Oklahoma. That was, and we accepted that for years, I guess. At least it's better than that, but it still can get a lot better.
Yeah, I just don't. There's just got to be a better. And I think in this day and age where we just saw this COVID season take place, where hey, look, you can play only conference games. You can do certain things. There's just got to be a better way to format college football to make it more interesting to more teams. I still think because there's only a handful of teams that are up for the college football playoff every year,
and we're all hypocrite. I mean, if ECU was in the Power Five, would we want non-Power Fives to be in? No.
If you're NC State, don't you want playoff expansion? Because it's just, you got to think of a better way. You got to think of, hey, look, wouldn't it be great to get...
But you don't care about the non-Power 5 schools if you're NC State.
Well, that becomes the issue at hand. Then they need to figure out. Then maybe the Power 5 schools. I hate to say it, they have to. There's two different divisions, and they separate.
Power 5, Group of 5 playoffs. That's what I want to do. People don't want to accept. People don't want to do it because it's like admitting you're below these. Let's just play out the string like we've been doing for years and not getting in the playoff. And ECU playing a crappy team in a bowl, that just doesn't excite me. I would rather have the way it's set up now, a Group of 5 playoffs where it's 16-team playoffs. ECU taking on Central Michigan in Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium this week. The winner goes to Boise next week. That would be fun to me. Brackets, Pirates are in. You play a home game. That would be more fun than playing Ohio in the bowl that nobody cares about.
The Beef O'Brady Bowl.
Yes.
I agree at this point. I think, Cincinnati and Central Florida have proven that you can't get into the college football playoff. It doesn't matter what you do. I don't know what they would have to do to get into the college football playoff, but it's just not going to happen. And there's always going to be an excuse. And I agree. I think that you got to come up with, I think playing for a championship and playing for a ring and opportunity would be much better, and maybe that's just where college football is headed, and that would give more opportunities to other schools in the Power 5 too that don't have an opportunity really to get in the playoff unless your name is Clemson, Alabama, Ohio State, or a few other SEC schools. That's just kind of where we are in the state of college athletics. And the other thing that kind of peeves me too is that the American tries to play by the same rules of the Power 5 schools.
Yeah.
Of no Prop 48s and all this. Well, what is that? I mean, that doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, it just...
And wait, do we not like the Power 5? If so, why are we Power 6? Why do we want to be involved in that group? There's a reason. Because we want to look down at all the other conferences out there. So, like, yeah, that's all stupid.
It's all insane. There needs to be some honest conversations.
Yes.
And it's just like a lot of things in life right now. There needs to just be some honest, transparent conversations and try to come to some sort of means where you just don't have people hanging out in the sandlot that you're never going to let play with any toys.
Ah, boy. College sports, Ellerbe, one of your favorite topics.
It is.
And one of my favorite things to talk to you about on Mondays here on Pirate Radio Live.
It's crazy. But I mean, there's just got to be, I mean, if East Carolina wants to fill up Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium again, then what's the carrot we're going to dangle out in front of the fans, in front of the players, in front of the coaches? I mean, you got to have something that you're really playing. You can say, oh, we're playing for championships. We're playing what? How many championships? Maybe a conference championships. That's about as good as it's going to get. But I just don't see the day and age in the future where fans or anybody really travels to bowl games anymore. I think that camel's back is broken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, could be. Kurt asking in our chat, is Cliff Godwin going to be on the show today? Looks like Cliff Godwin will be here via phone.
Yes.
And we'll talk to Blake Hardigree from the ECU baseball program coming up later on in today's show in the third hour.
And that gets to my point. ECU baseball has a chance to win a national championship this year.
And so does
ECU basketball.
So does Tulane.
Yeah,
because there's a conference tournament, there's a way-in.
It's an equitable sport.
Yeah.
College football is not, and they need to figure out a way to make that happen. I mean, basketball. I mean, East Carolina has a shot in basketball and baseball, at least a chance. You know what that percentage is really up to them. But so anyway, look forward to hearing from Coach Godwin, and maybe he can give some. A lot of people have been asking me about baseball. A lot of people, like fans in the stands.
Well, that's not a Coach Godwin call.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying. But he may have some answers to some of this, and people are. I mean, people are getting the itch.
How about a schedule?
A schedule? I mean, there's so many questions to ask.
I saw somebody tweet out. Let me take a look, Ellerbe, at Rhode Island baseball schedule.
Rhode Island.
And why am I looking at that? I will tell you in a moment.
Rhode Island. What is their? I'm trying to think of what they're the Roadrunners maybe, or what's their?
Come on, Ellerbe. Rhode Island? You should know. Chandler, do you know Rhode Island? What are they?
They're the Rams.
They're the Rams.
Ah, so easy.
I'm so disappointed in you, Jonathan.
Gosh.
Here's why I'm looking up their schedule, Ellerbe. Friday, February 19th.
They're at East Carolina.
At East Carolina.
Do you know where that is? In Greenville, North Carolina?
Greensville? What are they, the Eastern Carolina Panthers?
That is a 3-game series on Friday the 19th, Saturday the 20th, and Sunday the 21st, Clip Rock.
That it is.
And then on their way back to Rhode Island, the Rams are going to make a stop at Old Dominion.
They'll stop in Norfolk, the school that Taylor Heineke made famous.
Yeah, I thought Brian Bailey made that school famous.
So there's a little nugget for you, because ECU does not have a schedule yet, I don't believe, but Rhode Island's schedule said they will be coming to Greenville February 19th, 20th, and the 21st to open up the baseball season.
Well, I think your first question at 5 o'clock today is who are you going to start against Rhode Island on the 19th?
What's your rotation for Rhode Island next month, Coach?
And what's the scouting report on them?
Yeah, well, we'll get a Rams scouting report coming up today at 5 o'clock.
Bet you our internet numbers are going to go high in Rhode Island this afternoon.
Yeah, we'll talk Rhode Island ECU baseball. We'll break it all down for you.
Rams, Pirates, almost a month away.
That it is. So, yeah.
Throw the records out when the two get together.
Especially the first game.
Have we ever played Rhode Island before? It's one of those, northern teams it seems like we always start off with.
Yeah. I know St. John's has come to town. Monmouth.
Good. Yeah, Monmouth is a regular on the schedule.
What former ECU basketball player is currently playing for the Rhode Island Rams? We saw him playing just last week on television.
What former ECU basketball
you
player?
forgot about his name, I'm sure, Ellerbe, because I did as well. Jeremy Shepard, former guard, is now one of their, along with Fats Russell, who's a great name in college basketball.
Fats Russell?
Fats Russell is their guard. Jeremy Shepard also in the backcourt. You might be into Rhode Island, Ellerbe, more than you thought about 5 minutes ago.
I'm kind of more into the name Fats.
It's a great name, isn't it?
I mean, at what point do you quit and just accept the nickname?
And he's a little guard.
Yeah.
Like, he's not a fat dude. He's just Fats.
Gosh,
it's a great name.
It is. I guess after a while and it sticks.
All right, so we'll talk some baseball with Coach Godwin. Who's your pick tonight?
I mean, how do you not go against? I mean, you take Alabama.
Yeah.
You take Nick Saban. You take Alabama. They got the Heisman Trophy winner. They got a healthy team.
They might have a guy coming back. How bad are the bowls? And how good is the championship? Jalen Waddle wants to play tonight, and he hasn't played in like 2 months.
Right.
And, you got guys opting out. He's trying to opt back in to play in the championship because it means something.
It'll be interesting what kind of scene it'll be in Miami, crowd-wise. And
it's more like friends and family, right? Do they have tickets for folks?
I have no idea. I mean, it is in Florida, and we talked about the Super Bowl. My son was asking me how many fans they're going to let in the Super Bowl coming up
which is Tampa.
I mean,
Tampa.
Yeah. So I mean, I can't remember what the capacity was going to be for the Super Bowl, but was that like 30%? Is kind of resonating with me of what could fit in Buccaneer Stadium there, but a lot of it, the playoff games. It's still weird watching these games without fans.
Yeah,
I mean, to me, it's still kind of.
I agree.
The Superdome and
like, for example, what was the second game Saturday? That was Seattle. The first game where you had fans in Buffalo, even though it was a small amount, way more appeasing to watch than the Seattle game,
and if you think
the Washington game.
If you think about it, the lower seeds won in all those games. That like the Steelers lost, the Titans lost, the Seahawks lost, and
Tampa was a huge favorite in their game. I mean, they were the lower seed, but
right,
yeah. But if Washington had a home crowd, would it have made a difference?
If the Steelers have a home crowd, does it make a difference? Terrible towels waving.
God, they were just terrible without the towels.
Yeah.
On Sunday night.
I mean, there was probably a lot of not so nice words being said in Pittsburgh.
Mike Tomlin still employed. Doug Peterson not as the head coach of the Eagles. All right, Ellerbe. Good to talk with you.
Yeah, just remember the fast fact of the day, fans. Pirates 7-3, Cincinnati 3-7 for the 5 p.m. tip-off Wednesday night.
There is your Ellerbe Fast Fact. We will take a timeout, come back, talk to Double B, Brian Bailey, get his thoughts on all the weekend sports action and what's coming up tonight. That's on the way when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Your CBD store in Greenville has the highest quality CBD products in the country. Your CBD store is the first and only brand that carries USDA certified organic products such as gummies, honey sticks, and high absorption water-soluble liquids, which are all made in the United States. They even offer products for your pet. The educated staff will help you answer any questions, and you can stop in anytime to get a free sample. Your CBD store, locally owned and operated, open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6, right beside Duck Donuts in Greenville.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owner's insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Unfortunately, many organizations today simply react to IT issues after the damage is done. This is known as the break-fix cycle in the tech service industry. University PC Care's Business Services Division has a better way, a proactive solution called BizCare. What's at your office? Call William at University PC Care today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Sam Jones, and we're open and here to serve you with some of the best whole hog barbecue, chicken, turkey, ribs, and homemade sides every day for lunch and dinner. There are 3 easy ways to enjoy Sam Jones barbecue. Swing by our drive-thru window or try one of our 2 curbside takeout options by calling in your order at 689-6997 or ordering online at samjonesbbq.com. We love Eastern North Carolina, and we invite you to come by and enjoy some great tasting Sam Jones barbecue today.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $9.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for only $2.50. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or shrimp fajitas for one for only $9.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Let us help you get back to business. This is Donald Stocks and Justin Judge of PIP of Eastern North Carolina.
We're ready to assist your business with branded PPE. Would you like face masks with your logo? We can do that. Plus custom social distancing signage.
Now is the time to ramp up your marketing efforts. Whether it's cutting edge, contactless, touchless marketing, or traditional direct mail, we can do it all. We are PIP of Eastern North Carolina.
This is Coach Blake Carroll, Defense Coordinator for East Carolina Football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you think you might have been exposed to COVID-19? Do you think your employees might have been exposed? ArtPoint Labs of Greenville offers same-day COVID-19 results. No referral is needed, and same-day results are available. ArtPoint Labs of Greenville is located across from Vidant Hospital on the Executive Circle behind Southern Bank. Call for an appointment or just walk in. ArtPoint Labs of Greenville, 215-5688 or artpointlabs.com. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, thank you, Shirley Rhodes. Chandler Honeycutt also producing today's show. A couple of things I just saw on the tweeter machine.
I saw one just right before the show. Didn't get a chance to mention it. The Celtics, Bulls, Pelicans, Lakers games have both been postponed for tonight due to COVID protocols.
Okay. Mavericks game. Hey, one of those might have been a Tuesday.
No, I'm sorry. That's Pelicans and Mavs.
Yeah, Mavericks, and they're supposed to play the Hornets on Wednesday. I saw they were postponed tonight. The Juno spacecraft orbiting Jupiter has discovered an FM radio signal coming from the moon Ganymede. The find is a first-time detection from the moon. So if it could be Pirate Radio 92.7 or 104.1.
I mean, we do go worldwide. I mean, we could very well be galaxy-wide?
I guess universe.
Universe-wide?
Is that part of our galaxy? I don't know.
Is it one of Jupiter's moons that they picked up an FM signal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. So if you're up there listening, thank you.
And what's up?
Hey, what's up? Also, Joe Person says the Panthers have wrapped up their visit with free agent quarterback Dwayne Haskins. No deal as of now, but remains a possibility down the road. I don't understand this at all. Dwayne Haskins is going to get another shot, but the Panthers saw up close and personal why Dwayne Haskins isn't an NFL quarterback when they beat him in week 15 or 16, whatever that was. I don't understand that at all. More on that with Chandler in a moment. Brian Bailey joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. Double B, how you doing today?
Not too bad. How are you?
Doing good, in a positive mood, Bailey, after I thought my team represented the NFC East well on Saturday night.
Yeah, in all seriousness, I did too, because I was thinking about what the other three teams would have done. Philadelphia would have thrown the game. Dallas would have made some really critically bad decisions and lost the game by 3 touchdowns. The Giants would have hung around for a while, but they didn't have any offense, and they would have lost by 2 touchdowns. And so it worked out.
Let me ask you this. Give me a 100% truthful, honest answer, Bailey. There was a lot of people. Everybody likes the underdog. Everybody likes Riverboat Ron. There was a lot of people that jumped on the team bandwagon, wanted to see Brady go down the other night. When the ODU quarterback, Taylor Heineke, was running in a touchdown, did any part of you give a fist bump or anything? And did any moment the other night, did you root for Washington?
No.
Whoa! You took a long time to answer.
Now, I was trying to rephrase it right. I was rooting for Taylor Heineke because he's a Monarch, and I did like the play when he scored and it hit the pylon, and I think he made some money for himself. He's going to be a backup quarterback at the very least.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it wasn't a fist pump. It was more like not a boy. It's more about attaboy.
Attaboy. Okay.
Attaboy.
He gave him an attaboy.
And as long as the team formerly known as the Redskins was losing, that was okay.
Redskins, Washington football team, whatever, loses by 8 to the Bucs the other night. So we get another Brady Breeze showdown. The Saints-Bears game was a snoozer yesterday. And I don't know, the Saints haven't impressed me. Now, they put the beat down on the Bucs earlier this season, Bailey. But what do you think about Brady and Breeze Part 3 coming up?
I'm looking forward to watching it. I'm telling you, if I'm the Saints, I'm looking around the corner at like, what's going to happen this year. And I just really think something is, because that's been their mantra of late, that something bad happens to them in the playoffs. And I like Sean Payton. I hope the Saints do well. I'd like to see the Saints in the Super Bowl, but I just think that, and this has got that written all over. You got a guy like Tom Brady who can make some things happen. And the fact it's always tough to beat a team 3 times in the same season.
Wait a minute. That's a famous phrase from somebody I know.
I know.
The Brian Bailey phrase. Tough to beat a team 3 times in the same season. The Packers have had a great year. They have tended to get up in the first half and sleepwalk through the second half. And maybe the Rams are a team you can do that on. I don't know. But that Rams defense showed up against Seattle. Will they have anything for Aaron Rodgers this weekend?
They made life miserable for Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
That was hard to watch, and he just couldn't get anything going. And and I really, and I stand by what I said. I was talking to Robert Jones earlier on my show and said that the home field advantages just aren't the same without the crowd, and he disagreed with that. But I still say, Seattle's one of those places that loves the home crowd. Buffalo's one of those places they barely won their game. I mean, some of these home fields, that really they've lost that advantage because of COVID-19.
And it was nice to see at least some Buffalo fans. They got to see Stephon Diggs playing for the first time as a Bill. They got to see Josh Allen and their team win 27-24 over the Colts. I said, Bailey, before the playoffs started, when Washington loses, I'm going to be a Bills fan. I love their story, and they are really fun to watch. And I can't wait for Saturday night, Bills-Ravens. That should be a fun one. That will be a fun one.
I think, all 4 of those games are going to be interesting to watch. I hope they're all 4 nail-biters that go down to the wire. And does Pittsburgh, the Steelers, go down as the worst 11-0 team in the history of pro football?
They got to. I mean,
that's just fascinating. And I knew something was up when Dallas played them so tough. I thought, man, this is not an undefeated team. And Dallas got a couple of bad calls in the game, but they'd have beaten them. And Washington did beat them. And then everybody else started beating them. And then Cleveland beat them like a drum last night.
Cleveland, do they have a shot against Kansas City, Bailey?
I think you always have a shot if you're playing in the game in the playoffs. I mean, we've seen it year in and year out where you think teams go in with no shot whatsoever, and then something weird happens, and But I would say obviously it's a long shot. I mean Baker Mayfield's going to have to play out of his mind, and I think Mahomes is going to have a really off night. But yeah, it's always possible.
You know the longest tenured coach is in the NFC East, by the way, right now, Bailey?
The longest tenured coach in the NFC East. It's got to be Peterson, isn't it?
Doug Peterson is fired. He's not the coach anymore in Philadelphia.
I haven't seen down the wire. I've been in the database.
That came out.
Pirate Radio
came out in the last hour. Double B. Doug Peterson out in Philadelphia.
Well, I read where they were trying to trade him to the Jets, which is almost worse than getting fired.
Well, he's got connections there, and I've already seen that quite a bit. That Doug Peterson to the Jets is a possibility. So he is out. I guess it came down to when McCarthy, Judge, and Rivera were hired, and apparently Rivera got hired first, so he's the longest tenured coach in the division.
Rivera did get hired. I remember that because I thought when he got hired, I thought, well, there was one that got away to one of your competitors because Rivera's obviously a good coach.
Interested to see what's Mike McCarthy year 2 going to look like. Bailey, oh, by the way, last week you said you wanted Mike Nolan fired. He was fired as defensive coordinator at Dallas. So what are you going to wish for this Monday? And then it'll come true later this week.
$1 million.
All right.
There you go.
We put it out there into the universe. Bailey's million is coming this week. So there's
I'll probably get it this week. It'll be some annuity that I can collect $2 a year for the rest of my life or something.
There's always a catch, right?
Yeah, exactly.
While we're talking football, Double B, who you like tonight, Bama or Ohio State?
Well, it's just hard to bet against Alabama because they're just so good and so well coached, and Ohio State, I was shocked at what they did to Clemson. And, can you be shocked again? Sure. I just think Alabama has so many weapons, and they're just a step above, with at running back, with Harris, and at receiver, obviously, with Devontae Smith, and just, their quarterback is top-notch. But I wouldn't be surprised either way. I'm picking Alabama, but I wouldn't be shocked.
Looking forward to that coming up tonight at 8 o'clock. Pirate Hoops returning to the hardwood on the road Wednesday, 5 o'clock against Cincinnati. The Bearcats having a down year, but right now the Pirates need to worry about themselves, Bailey. 2 straight losses against teams that you could have beat, and you got some tougher competition coming up along the way in AAC play. Now, without Tristan Newton, Noah Farrakhan, you kind of say, okay, that certainly would have helped against South Florida, but tough little 2-game losing streak here for Joe Dooley's guys.
Yeah, and just when you think, they've righted this ship, something else comes up, and Coach Dooley's been, really quick to say that everybody's going through COVID. You can't blame anything on COVID-19 because everybody's going through it. But this is a team that really can't afford to lose any of its parts, and they've lost a key one for a couple of games, and hopefully he'll come back. And because a team that doesn't score all that well, especially from the outside, and you lose one of your threats, and then it magnifies itself. But hopefully they get that figured out. And Cincinnati, when you look at the schedule in the preseason and you see a road game at Cincinnati midweek where you're saying, okay, that's a big loss.
Yeah.
But Cincinnati's having so many issues and so many problems. So, they go up there and see what happens with that road game, and then, of course, coming back home after that.
And Bailey did, Jaden Gardner, his back hurts from carrying ECU the last couple of years, and he's being asked to do that again this year. Has not performed well the last couple of games and did not start in the game on Saturday. I didn't even did Joe Dooley say why he didn't start on Saturday?
I did not. I wasn't a part of the Zoom. I was only a part of a quick interview afterwards with him after the game, get his reaction for the coaches show. And it was kind of odd because he didn't start, but he came off the bench really quickly. So I don't know what the issue was. Maybe he missed practice, and that's one of the things that they do. But I did not hear the Zoom, and I didn't hear the network interview with Joe either.
All right, Pirates back in action coming up on Wednesday. Brian Bailey joining us here on the Fixed NC Live Line. Great hour-long chat with Robert Jones earlier. Broke down all the games. Robert likes the Rams. He likes Sean McVay, it sounded like in that conversation, Bailey.
Yeah, and the thing I came away with was when he said what his grandchildren are going to call him. I've never heard that before.
One of the best. That was really. Do you want to say it, or do you want people to go listen to it?
We'll say it because if you get a chance to listen to it because it was hilarious. But he said because And there's a funny thing on YouTube. I think if you can get on there on social media, there's a funny thing where elderly people go into this, like a jewelry store, and they're asking for their grandparents' name. What do you have, grandparents' name? Well, we have Granny, we have this. Well, I'm too young for Granny. I like to have, B-Mall or this mall or whatever. So I always think about that little skit that's all up there. But and I'm called Pops. From I've got Kinsley's two and Luke's one, and I'm Pops. Which I don't want to be called Granddad or something like that.
I like Pops.
Yeah. But Robert is the number 2 - Pop. He's Two-Pop.
Two-Pop. Two-Pop Jones. I like that. That's a great name.
Funny. Two-Pop.
Check out that interview if you missed it at 6 o'clock. Also available on our Facebook Live and YouTube Live as well, and you can check it out there. Bailey, thanks for joining us, man. Have a good rest of your week, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Sounds good. Enjoy the national championship tonight. We'll see you later.
All righty. There's Double B, Brian Bailey, joining us on the Fixed NC Live line on a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Let's take a time out. Come back. We will talk more news and notes coming down the pipe today. As Shirley said, got some NBA postponements, something to keep an eye on. Seems like those are popping up more and more. Some college basketball postponements as well. We'll talk about that. Try to figure out why the Panthers are infatuated with Dwayne Haskins. That and more on the way after this.
Have you heard the news? American Airlines is back and has resumed service at Pitt Greenville Airport. Reservations are available now at AA.com. Whether you're flying for business or for pleasure, enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport to get you where you're going and then home again safely. For your next trip, remember, American Airlines is back at PGV. Book today at AA.com. Pitt Greenville Airport, where the pirates fly.
Greenville Utilities customers will notice some big changes online. GUC has upgraded their website again to make it even easier for customers to view, understand, and manage their account. Customers can now schedule payments and securely save their bank account or debit and credit card information. They can also create custom alerts, set up automatic drafts, and enroll in budget billing all online. If you're not already managing your account online, now's a great time to do it. Check out the new system today at GUC.com.
Do you think you or your employees might have been exposed to COVID-19? ArcPoint Labs of Greenville offers same-day COVID-19 results. No referral needed. Same-day results available. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville offers easy employer solutions to COVID-19 testing. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville is located across from Vidant Hospital on Executive Circle behind Southern Bank. Call for an appointment or walk in. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville, 215-5688 or arcpointlabs.com.
Welcome back for another episode of ASMR with Alex. Today, we're exploring the delicious, refreshing sounds of Pepsi. Oh, spilled a little there, but don't worry, it's all under control. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, the ice. I mean, we really should have some more ice, right? Hold on, guys.
Wow, this is loud.
And we're back. Like I was saying, the delicious, refreshing sounds of Pepsi. Dude, I told you, I'm working on something in here.
Does anyone even watch this?
It's not about the views, Dave.
Jinx, you owe me a Pepsi.
Get out!
All right, fine, I'll leave.
Finally, now for the best part. Pepsi. That's what I like. Nailed it. My subscriber is gonna love this one.
Are you gonna finish that Pepsi?
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro. We are the professional office systems people.
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media platforms. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the close to 50,000 followers today at PR927FM. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. Johnny Gardner on Facebook Live says concussion protocol for Jaden Gardner during the week was why he didn't start. Thank you, Johnny, for passing that along. Really should have known that in the capacity that I'm at hosting the show, but I was focused on football a little too much over the weekend. So thank you for passing that along to us, Johnny. Chandler, a former Panther, has been selected to the College Football Hall of Fame. He has the record for most tackles in a Super Bowl game. Can you name that Panther?
Dan Morgan.
Dan Morgan, the former Panthers linebacker, will be inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame, part of the U.
Go ahead. Did you just say his college? I was going to ask where he went to school. I can't remember where he went to school.
The U.
Oh, wow.
He went to Miami. So Dan Morgan in that class. Why, Chandler, are the... What is this Haskins Panther stuff?
I'm just as confused as you are, Clip, simply because, well, we don't have a GM, so who is requesting to see Dwayne Haskins? Two, the offensive coordinator that I guess he thinks would coach him next year is potentially going to be a head coach somewhere in the league.
Yeah. Does he have a connection with Brady or Rule that I don't know about? Definitely not Rule.
No. He went to Ohio State. No, I don't know. I really don't know why we're so infatuated with this guy. And it's like you said earlier, and I didn't even think about this. We were the team they faced where they benched them and cut them.
Now, this has become a trend with the Panthers in Washington. So last year, Washington beats Carolina, and Washington and Ron Rivera gets fired.
Right.
Washington takes Rivera and Kyle Allen in the deal.
Mm-hmm.
This year, Washington needs to win. The Panthers don't. They need to lose to get a top 3, top 5 draft pick. They beat Dwayne Haskins, and now they're talking about bringing him in. So it makes no sense at all.
No sense. And I just thought about it over the break. I mean, and I've already mentioned this, but our offensive coordinator is potentially going to land somewhere in the NFL as a head coach.
No, you brought up a good point too. That they don't have a GM.
Who is the guy? Who is it that said, "Hey, let's bring in Dwayne Haskins and talk to him"? Who is he talking to?
Is he talking
to Matt Rule? Is he talking to David Tepper? I don't think he's talking to Joe Brady because Joe Brady's too busy in GM offices interviewing for jobs.
Yeah.
So I'm just as confused as you, Clip. So
really weird deal.
It's going to be very weird if we put pen to paper with him. So.
All right, tonight the Pelicans-Mavericks game has been postponed, and there is a game Tuesday that has already been postponed as well. That would be the Celtics and Bulls.
The Mavs game getting postponed tonight might affect the Hornets down the road this week.
Yeah, they play them on Wednesday. Charlotte has won 3 in a row. I'm trying not to get excited.
Yeah,
You're wearing a Kemba Walker throwback jersey today. They've won 3 in a row. LaMelo Ball was 1 assist shy of a triple-double on Friday night. comes back the next night, gets a triple-double, youngest ever to do it in NBA history, and the Hornets have won 3 straight. Now, here's the deal. I joked about this, Friday or Saturday night on Twitter. They can't beat a team that they're supposed to beat.
No.
They were favored the first game of the season. I think they were favored against Cleveland.
The Cavs, yeah.
And they were favored against Memphis at home shortly after that.
Who was depleted, had a lot of their players
Ja
out.
Morant
was out that game.
They're favored now by 5 tonight, so people are betting on Charlotte against the New York Knicks, who have been pretty good. Both of these teams are 5-5. So, can the Hornets finally beat a team they're supposed to beat? That
we'll see tonight.
That'll get me a tad more excited about what the young team is doing right now. Hurricanes hockey begins this week, folks, and opening day of hockey is Wednesday. I believe the Canes open up the season on Thursday. I will check their opponent. We'll talk later in the week with our resident Canes expert, Brooks Hill, formerly known as Intern Brooks. Hurricanes Red Wings, 7:30 on Thursday. Also, trying to get Mike Maniscalco, who is now the voice of the Hurricanes, on their TV broadcast. No more John Forsland, unfortunately, but Mike has done a great job on radio calls and filling in on the TV side. So looking forward to hearing him and Trip Tracy on the calls this year for Canes games. We'll talk some Canes hockey later on in the week. We will talk some Pirate basketball and college football when we return. Ronnie Woodward from the Daily Reflector. Also, the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, set to join us in hour 2. Cliff Godwin going to join us on the phone in the 5 o'clock hour on today's program. So a lot more to go on today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. We roll on after this.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Corey Scott, former ECU Baseball All-American. During my playing days, I specialized on the field as a closer. Now, as your mortgage loan officer, I am once again specializing in closing. But this time, I am closing for you, not just the Pirates. At Movement Bank, we offer portfolio loans such as 100% doctor loans with no PMI, home equity lines of credit, and jumbo loans, all at historically low rates. Contact me today, and I will be your closer. Call Coach Corey at 378-5252. That's 378-5252. And go Pirates.
Medicare is not one size fits all, but which plan is right for you? Hi, I'm Denise Walker, and I'm a licensed insurance agent here in North Carolina. Whether you are turning 65, new to Medicare, or already have a plan, I can help you compare your Medicare options. I can help you find a plan offering low to no monthly premiums, prescription drug coverage, and a wide range of additional benefits like dental, hearing, vision, and more. Call me today at 434-531-5674 to get a no-cost, no-obligation Medicare benefits review.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
The new Pirates Cove Car Wash and Haviland Express Lube on Glen Burnie Road in New Bern is now open. Pirates Cove in New Bern is offering Fast Passes for $9.99 for new Fast Pass customers. You can visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and on East 10th Street. And have you heard? Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Baseball is back at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We will be hosting several youth camps over the next couple months. All camps will be at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and all camps are open to participants between the ages of 7 and 13. Make sure to check out our camp website at cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com for all camp details and registration information. And of course, go Pirates!
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody needs Phelps Chevrolet ISIS. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in eastern North Carolina. With Blackwood and Mills Creek in Greenville, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar and Ayden, these are just a few of the developments featuring BMS Builders homes. They can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or East Carolina football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. BMS Builders. Give them a call at 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
Got big dreams for your small business? You're not alone. The Gavigan Agency Insurance Services is a growing business too. That's why they work with Nationwide, the #1 small total business insurer in the U.S. Nationwide can help protect and grow your business so you can focus on making your small business dreams come true. Give the Gavigan Agency Insurance Services a call today at 252-756-1400. Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio. Subject to underwriting guidelines, review, and approval.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Greenville Utilities Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their utility costs, and you can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation, and GUC matches all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you, Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. We'll talk some ECU baseball coming up in Hour 3 with Blake Hardigree from the ECU baseball program. And on the phone, Cliff Godwin, ECU baseball coach, will join us to talk about their off-season. According to Rhode Island's official website, the Pirates will play the Rams on February 19th, a 3-game series. That is not out yet from an official capacity for ECU, I believe, but it is for Rhode Island, so we'll take it. We need to do just start looking at all the schedules, I guess, around the country and piece together ECU schedule. Ronnie Woodward is here, joining me inside the Pirate Radio studios. Hello, Ronnie.
What's up? I can tell you, let's see. I did an interview with Cliff Godwin on Friday. I had a story this weekend, working on a couple things with him and some different things. And I was able to report the February 19th opener. I may or may not know the team, but he told me to not report that out there.
For what, the next weekend?
No, the first game.
Rhode Island?
But the Rhode Island thing makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
It's the fact that Rhode Island has it out there. I guess it's fair game.
Sure, it's out there.
That's on the schedule that is not released. And to give some insight there, just to be honest, Cliff Godwin had mentioned, part of the reason why they don't want to, I think, release a full schedule is just because of the you don't want to release something, then this changes.
At some point you have to release it.
Yeah, they have to, and I think they're getting to that point. But I guess slow playing it a little bit because of that. But the Rhode Island February 19th is, I'm pretty sure, is on the books.
19th, 20, 21st, according to Rhode Island's official website.
I think UNCW has theirs out, and there's a game somewhere in March, or I don't know, a midweek game with ECU. But
we had Alec Burleson on last Thursday, Ronnie,
awesome.
And he said he never hit well at UNCW, and he said the team just didn't hit that well. Said it had to do with
the backstop,
part of the backdrop.
Yeah, I heard him say that. That was interesting.
Yeah, and one of those things. So you do better against pitchers and teams, and some you don't. But that was his one bugaboo. He said, "All right, Ronnie, we will we'll talk national championship a little later on. Looking forward to hanging out with good friends. So hopefully some good food tonight for the national championship.
The chili is cooking.
All right, looking forward to some chili.
It's a great day.
Let's talk Pirate Hoops. Another loss this weekend against a team that is pretty good, but a winnable game in Minges. Now, when you're without a couple of guards, it makes it tougher. Tristan Newton and Noah Farrakhan. Let's start with Tremont Robinson-White. His best game as a Pirate. He was great on Saturday and didn't get much help from anybody else, but he had a fantastic game.
Yeah, and it's interesting. That's definitely a positive, but I also think the flow of that game and the only way that they could score, I feel like especially in the second half, was just to run pick and roll with Robinson-White. Most of the time it was Gardner coming out to set the pick, obviously, and Robinson-White got to the rim a lot, which is attacking the basket, which was good, but he had 3 turnovers, no assists, 29 points. So he became a scorer.
That is completely opposite of his game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, it's good, but I don't know if that's the best offense either for ECU. So it's kind of a catch-22, I feel like, the way that kind of worked. Where Gardner became a screen guy and not a facilitator, not a kind of scorer. And teams have, it's happened every year that Jaden Gardner's been here. Teams have doubled him, collapsed on him, especially when they get in the league and try and taking him away. So, but again, 29 points is 29 points. That's what the defense was giving ECU. They were kind of giving Robinson-White that lane and getting to the rim, and that's what he did. Again, I think that took out guys like Batumba Baruti. He was 0 for 4 from 3. J.J. Miles had a decent game, but he was 0 for 4 for 3. They didn't hit enough outside shots off of that pick and roll action, like Robinson-White getting and then dishing it out. Obviously with no assists, 29 points. He got to the rim and did his thing, and that's kind of all ECU could do. The offense is, I think, just searching a little bit. Tristan Newton obviously has a role in some of that. He's been out. It was a mix. It was another kind of weird game, a mix of good and bad. You lose a close game, so they gotta right the ship and get some wins here to kind of mix that in.
What did Joe Dooley say about Jane Gardner not starting?
So Gardner said, because we get players first and then Dooley. I asked Gardner about coming off the bench, and he said, concussion protocol, and I'm trying to get the phrasing. I think he said some close contact stuff was the words he used, that he was in and out of practice, and then later Igo asked Dooley the same question basically, and I think it's just to Dooley's credit, it's kind of a team rule. If you don't practice, right, you're not going to start. Yeah. And Gardner said, hey, I knew going into it, coach said I'm not going to start because he didn't practice enough during the week. One of those type of things. It's tough when that's your best player, when you have to do that. But, hey, a rule is a rule. He missed some practice time. Evidently, a lot of guys were kind of in and out, missed a practice time.
They got off to a decent start anyway. It's not like they had a big deficit
they had a halftime lead. Yeah. And then South Florida, first 7-8 minutes of the second half, hit some outside shots. And that was the difference. 3-point shooting. Oh, we got some action here. This random Italian soccer game. Anyway, South Florida in the mainland here, they hit some 3-pointers, and ECU was 4 of 20.
We should point out what happened in the game. You tweeted out that this game is not going to get out of hand either way.
Yeah.
Then South Florida immediately got up.
They did.
Double digits.
They hit 4 threes in a row. So I'm like, all right. Man, Twitter's the worst sometimes when you're covering a game. No, because it's funny when you're, especially basketball. I'll peek behind the curtain here when you're covering a game. Because there's so many points back and forth. You can't do play-by-play. Like the people who try to do play-by-play for basketball, their fingers must just fall off.
It's a pointless
there's no
thing.
way
That's why you give updates at the media timeouts and things like that.
So I'll go stretches at times where I don't tweet anything because it's I don't know what I'm supposed to tweet. I'm so I'll think in my head. I was like, all right, what can I tweet? Literally, I was like, I don't think this game's gonna get out of hand or whatever. I'm gonna tweet that. And I'm literally tweeting it South Florida hits a 3. I'm like, I'm good. I haven't hit the button yet. I'm like, okay, we're good. I'm gonna hit it right here. It's a good time. And then ECU misses a shot. They come down bang, bang, threes. I'm like, well, that was a waste. Twitter's tough on basketball, man. I want to be hey, y'all just watch the game and don't rely on, I don't know. It's almost a waste, I feel like, to some extent. Where football it's different, but I don't know.
The Ronnie Woodward Kids to Death. Pirates did get back into it, and again, there was several times because I was watching Bills, Colts, and I'm trying to think, did it stretch? I think it was just Bills, Colts, yeah. And there was a few times I was like, this one's over. Like, at least a couple times I turned it away and then turned it back, and ECU was down. Like, they had a chance. How many possessions did they have at the end of the game with a chance to tie or cut into the lead?
Yeah.
One time in particular, Robinson White had a layup, but chose to kick it out for a 3.
Yeah.
Could have cut it to 2. Instead, kicked it out for a 3.
It was 67-63 with about 45 seconds, and ECU had 3 more possessions, down 4, and missed a 3-pointer on each possession.
Yeah.
The first one was Robinson White, which that one was maybe questionable, where that you wanted him to actually get to the rim that time or get it, go to Jaden Gardner or something. And then the last 2, probably the one that you're talking about there, were really inside like the 20-15 second mark, where you kind of had to take a 3 probably, but. They had 3 shots at it. I looked it up yesterday. I was kind of writing a follow story.
Because South Florida one time just like ran out of bounds.
Yeah, they did.
And then missed some free throws.
Missed free throws.
Yeah.
So 3 possessions, ECU had a shot, down 4, and missed a 3, and that was it. Then South Florida got the rebound, got fouled, and that was the end of the game. So they had some chances, but yeah, it's just the 3-point in that game in particular, the 3-point arc to me made the difference. South Florida hit just enough shots, and ECU didn't, kind of in that second half run.
Ellerbe pointed out the teams ECU plays this week are below ECU in the standings. Cincinnati right now is 3-7 overall, 1-4 in conference play. Temple just 1-2, got a late start to their basketball season. 0-2 in conference play. They're about to be 0-3 because they trail by 9 as we speak to SMU. So they're playing right now. So Temple going to probably take another loss here today. The Cincinnati game looks winnable, Ronnie, but you got to get your pieces back, and kind of impossible to answer. But I know last week when we talked to Jeff Charles on Wednesday, he said he hoped, he didn't come out and say that Tristan Newton would play, but he said, he was hopeful he'll be back. Well, he wasn't. So how about this Wednesday?
Yeah, I think he's really close. And the one thing Saturday that was interesting, I don't know if you know, or it's kind of been out there, me and Igo were in the Coliseum, obviously. Newton was there. Like, he was in warm-ups. He was, like, catching the ball after rebounds and passing to teammates, and he sat on the bench. So he's, I don't know how to, I don't want to say incorrectly, but it appears that he's at least cleared the the contagious part of it. He wouldn't be around the players and making passes and whatnot if he couldn't be that close to the players. But as we learned from football season, there's 2 legs of it. You got to get past the quarantine, and then the second part is like the return to play protocol. In football you had to do it, then you had to practice enough and condition it. So again, just without knowing officially or being a doctor, but the fact that he was with teammates and around them and passing the ball and cheering and on the bench, it looks like he's in that return to play conditioning phase of getting cleared. But either way, he hasn't been fully cleared yet. Where exactly he is or how many days, we'll see. But it looks like he's getting close. It wouldn't surprise me if he played Wednesday. If not, maybe Saturday. But again, just judging from what I've seen, I think Saturday was a good sign that he was at least in the building.
Yeah. Have you watched Cincinnati at all this year?
I haven't,
to
be honest. I've looked at their scores. I know they're talented. They got off to a rough start, but did they beat SMU or at least hang with SMU last week? I can't remember. They had one score. They might have beat them, honestly. But
Cincinnati did beat SMU.
They did, okay. So I don't know.
We've seen that SMU team and, how good they are.
I mean, if they're good enough to beat SMU, at least on one random kind of night, I don't think this is I don't know, guess the line. I mean, I'm assuming Cincinnati will still be favored. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Or have you seen? I mean,
Cincinnati will be favored by
5 to 7.
5.5 is the number that first jumped out to me.
Yeah. So it's it's another, again, I don't think a blowout either way, but a game where ECU's got to hit some shots and, the Jaden Gardner thing is interesting. Again, I think it's when he gets in league play, I think these teams and coaches on the opposite end know him so well that it becomes a whole different challenge than in non-conference where, a North Florida or obviously NC Wesleyan or teams that don't know, non-conference game, Jaden Gardner can pick as many points as he wants. It's a little different in league play, so they got to get him, I don't know if more consistent is the word, I don't know, but got to get him going. He just hasn't hit a lot of shots these last few games, so that's
and even his attempts have been down than they normally are.
Yeah, I mean, the first Tulane game, he was 7 for 12, and then since then he's 4 of 14, I think it is, from the field. So in that one game, he had almost as many shots as he did in the last two combined, and lower than his scoring average, obviously. So yeah, we'll see. But Tristan Newton gets back. Hopefully that helps. But they just need to get in a rhythm, I think, offensively and kind of get going again. And you get a win too, no matter where it is. That just helps with confidence and that type of thing. So.
Looking at the standings right now, Houston is in first with a 5-1 mark, 10-1 overall. Tulsa, who's like under the radar every year with Frank Haith, 4-1. Wichita State, again, I did watch them play Ole Miss a couple of weekends ago, and that ETN dude lit it up for them. They are 7-3, 3-1 overall. You want to talk about? I mean, kudos to them for Greg Marshall leaves. They have a ton of guys transfer out and still having a solid season. Memphis will probably get better as the year goes on. They're 6-4, 2-1, and then everybody else is at 500 or under 500 in conference play. So that's kind of the pecking order right now in the American.
I was going to tell you. Never mind. I was going to tell you to look at Tim Tebow's shoes. Did you see those? No.
I did not.
Man. Some serious.
Ronnie's more interested in that than the AAC basketball standings.
I was listening. I was multitasking.
Speaking of football, Scott, our Maryland guy, says that Maryland has hired their new offensive coordinator, Dan Enos, E-N-O-S. Can't say I'm familiar with him. But Scotty Montgomery getting the axe this weekend.
Yeah, be interested to see where he lands.
My prediction is like his buddy Mike Tomlin gives him a call, and he goes back to Pittsburgh.
I could see that.
Let's see this Enos fella. He has been, he was with Miami in 2019, Alabama the year before. I'm sorry, he was Cincinnati 2020. So now...
And they lost Marcus Freeman, too, defensive coordinator, Cincinnati did, to LSU or some type of big-time school.
Well, here's the challenge when you're in the AAC. Luckily for the Bearcats, Luke Fickell is still there.
Yeah.
But you start getting those other coaches picked off, and we'll see what happens with their program. All right, we'll talk. Go ahead.
I tweeted this out there. I'll keep this quick, but I don't know. I'm a little sketchy about Cincinnati for next year. I don't like their position. I'm just saying.
This is like
I don't like the team that is supposed to do it.
I know you want to be the one guy on an island with a prediction.
It's a tough spot. Well, and they play Notre Dame and Indiana early.
So you're talking more nationally.
I'm saying, everybody's like, oh, they're the playoff team. They're the playoff team. They're the playoff team. It's like, we've seen that before, and usually there's a loss in there.
All right. So who's your AAC pick today?
I mean, it's Cincinnati, but.
You gotta, well, first of all, you have to keep the trend going of taking some random team.
It's really tough.
Ronnie's Rando.
We'll see.
Rondo's Rando.
I don't feel good about the playoff or bust scenario.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're open up with those two.
Yeah.
And somehow if you win those, you go up to like South Florida style. That one year they had Matt Grothe. You get like number 2 in the country. And then they're going to lose to some random AAC team.
So after UCF's perfect season... What did they lost the game, right?
I think at least one, yeah.
Was it 2018? Am I looking at the right year?
Right?
That might have been the year they lost to... Oh, they lost to Pittsburgh. You should know that. You always bring that up.
That's right.
They always lose to a team like Pittsburgh. Ronnie, it happened one time.
Yeah.
But they did lose that game and lost to Cincinnati. So,
and the year that Houston was the team, they beat Oklahoma, they beat Florida State in the Sugar Bowl, the bowl game. Same setup, like going into the year, they lost to like Navy or Tulsa. They lost a few games. So I'm just saying it's a tough spot because everybody's like, oh, that people act like you don't have 13 games between the start of the season and the end. Like, it's tough to win every single one.
Now, if non-conference games are canceled again,
that would help.
You like their chances a little more.
But then you're dealing with the same thing as this year. Does that mean you make the playoff?
Nah.
You know, like, you need those games.
For anybody saying they're going to make the playoff, they're not.
It was all over Twitter.
They're going to find a way to keep them out.
Like, Desmond Ritter came back. And they're like, oh, Cincinnati's going to be top 10. This is the year. They have a couple marquee games. They beat Notre Dame.
Now, if they beat Notre Dame,
yeah, like they clearly.
I'll start to believe again.
Yeah, but it's just, man, you got to go undefeated 2 years in a row. It's not easy.
I'm assuming that game's in South Bend.
I would think so.
Yeah. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll talk Alabama and Ohio State and more with Ronnie Woodward when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
It's bow time. There's something special about the first bite of a Bojangles Cajun Filet biscuit, like an edible alarm clock that slaps you awake with bold Cajun flavor. The moment you sink your teeth into that soft, fluffy, made-from-scratch biscuit, then strike gold with a juicy piece of fried chicken, you'll know. Nothing beats the first bite, except the second first bite. Get a Cajun Filet biscuit combo for just $4.99. It's bow time.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Happy New Year's from Brown & Wood. This month, get a 2020 GMC Sierra and save up to $5,500 off or $2,750 plus 0% for 72 months. And remember, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big and juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers.
Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates.
Pirate fans always win big at Quality Equipment, and now you can win even bigger during their Green Wave clearance. Catch the wave of clearance savings done right on John Deere compact tractors, Gator utility vehicles, riding mowers, commercial mowers, and even mower attachments. Quantities are limited and everything is priced to move, so don't wait. Quality Equipment wants you to get the John Deere that will help you dominate your home turf. Check out the latest Green Wave clearance savings at qualityequip.com/greenwave.
Hey, welcome to Jack Brown's. What can I get you?
Can I get a vodka soda with a lime, please?
No liquor, just beer.
We have beer out the wazoo.
And we don't even know what a wazoo is.
IPAs, sours, gozas, wheats, stouts, porters, you name it, we got it.
Drink 100 beers and join the Notch Club. Don't be a nerd. Ask about the Notch Club.
Yeah, we've got the best craft beer in Greenville.
Awesome. I'll take a pack to us light.
You got it, on the way.
Jack Brown's Beer and Burger Joint, located at 805 Dickinson Avenue, right in the heart of Uptown Greenville.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Baseball is back at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We will be hosting several youth camps over the next couple months. All camps will be at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and all camps are open to participants between the ages of 7 and 13. Make sure to check out our camp website at cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com for all camp details and registration information. And of course, go Pirates!
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has $6 lunch specials, a $10 pizza of the week, and every Thursday has $2 drafts all day. Sunday brunch is the best for food and family. Come and enjoy favorites like shrimp and grits, made-to-order omelets, French toast, and drink specials like $3 mimosas, beer mimosas, or $5 Bloody Marys. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
Medicare is not one size fits all, but which plan is right for you? Hi, I'm Denise Walker, and I'm a licensed insurance agent here in North Carolina. Whether you are turning 65, new to Medicare, or already have a plan, I can help you compare your Medicare options. I can help you find a plan offering low to no monthly premiums, prescription drug coverage, and a wide range of additional benefits like dental, hearing, vision, and more. Call me today at 434-531-5674 to get a no-cost, no-obligation Medicare benefits review.
This is East Carolina assistant basketball coach Steve Rockford, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? Well, you can listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's step back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, Temple hanging tough with SMU. They have cut it to 3. 13:30 left to go, second half. Mustangs with a 3-point lead over the Temple Owls. SMU playing their 9th game, Temple playing their 4th, as the Owls just have not been able to get a lot of basketball in so far this season. All right, Ronnie Woodward is here. Ronnie just said he enjoyed Saturday night watching the watch-along. Myself, Chandler Honeycutt, Tony Dunn. I'd made Chandler a Washington fan for a day, so he was into it. Tony, of course, was rooting against the Bugs, and he likes Ron Rivera, so we were all into it. I was really into it. And, Ronnie, the fact that Washington hung tough.
Oh, man.
Probably made it a better experience for me, definitely, but for the viewers as well.
It was when Heineke scored that touchdown.
Man.
I was like, I can't wait. It was good that y'all were
because we were on a delay.
And I was like, I can't wait to see their reaction because it was such a weird play. And Chandler's high five game is unbelievable.
Like, he's a great fan to have around.
I commented on it and y'all didn't recognize it.
Oh, sorry.
But a lot going on. But you're like, like in the stands mode where you just high five everybody around you was on point. He is ready to be in the stands of a game.
Every time there was a big play, there was a hand ready for me to slap.
Even with like no look a couple of times too. Like still looking at the screen, like got it, held it a little bit, like good, rolled this way, like Chandler was on it. I was very impressed.
I'm a high five guy. I mean, that goes back to the days in Dowdy Ficklin Stadium, Section 15, row HH. Oh, yeah. Yep. I mean, every touchdown or every interception, I mean.
Strangers, too?
You went down the road. Oh, yeah. You went down the road, you high-fived anybody.
The more random, the better. Like, if you're going to be the high-five guy, you don't worry about, like, your dad or brother. Like, you go for that dude over there that's got, like, Billy Igo with the radio ears on, like, whoever you can reach.
Oh,
like, for sure.
We had some guys in my row back then that had the radios, the old radios and the headsets, listening to Jeff Charles. But no, I mean, family's last. You always go to the randos first.
Shirley, can we hear the Heineke reaction one more time? The touchdown run where he got away from pressure, dove in, hit the ball on the pylon for 6. Oh, dear. My least favorite down, Tony.
Least favorite down. It's about to be your worst favorite. Heineke, the hero! The hero! He got in! He's a hero! He got in!
Chandler was going crazy. Again, he was the high pitch guy.
Yeah.
He was sounding more excited than I did on that play.
That was awesome.
It was fun.
Oh, man. Cut the game to 5. We were right there. Needed a defensive stop. Defense.
Wasn't that 2?
Wasn't
it when they cut it to 2?
They cut it to 5. They could have cut it.
No, they did cut it to 2
with an
they
extra.
missed the 2-point conversion.
Oh, they would have gone. Okay, I was thinking they had to get the 2 to make it a 3-point game. They had to get the 2 to tie it.
No wonder we were so hyped.
Yeah.
Late in the third,
and
too.
then I guess the Bucks kicked a field goal, which made it 5.
Yeah, that's I guess what I was thinking.
Touchdown from there. But then they still went down and scored. After that, I was like, God, I'm in there. So is he the quarterback?
He's got to be on the roster.
Like somebody's got to pay him.
Yeah,
I would think.
He's got to be given a shot. I would like to bring in a veteran and have Heineke there as well. I don't think Alex Smith is going to come back
Oh, really?
I mean, I just
Is it the end of his contract, or
I mean, again, does he come back from another? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's back in Washington next year. Scott, our Maryland guy, says we should do one for the Ravens game this weekend. He enjoyed it. Well, Scott, I would be rooting against your team because I'm Team Buffalo now. I'm pulling for the Bills the rest of the way. I like Allen. I like Diggs.
I was into the Redskins
Yeah.
or whatever, the football team.
Yeah.
I don't know who to root for now. I probably won't pay attention much until the Super Bowl.
Got to find a team. All right. Well, what about tonight, Ronnie? What are you rooting for? A good game?
Yeah. Rooting for a good game.
75 is the over-under. So they're expecting a lot of points.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
If it is indeed a shootout. Alabama, Notre Dame did a pretty good job, but
Yeah.
I think you said it pretty well, that it never felt like Notre Dame had a shot.
Yeah.
But they didn't let it get completely out of hand.
Yeah.
Whereas Alabama, most teams, they just steamroll you.
I think Alabama was saving some stuff for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think they had the foot on the pedal, and needed to, and they kind of knew it. But
Ohio State didn't save anything.
No.
They took it to Clemson,
Yeah.
and their offense, this is not a historic Alabama defense by any means.
Yeah.
So I think their offense can put up some points tonight as well.
I mean, that running back he's big time. And Justin Fields got a lot of credit, and rightfully so, for what he did against Clemson. I mean, but really the running back, even catching the ball in the backfield and the stuff they were doing with him, kind of set up those long passes. So it was a great game plan and the whole, and I texted you. I don't know. I feel like the one sport I have a pretty good radar on for the most part is college football, and I don't know, just the whole Ohio State doesn't belong, and
I'm worried.
Just like,
as a Bama backer tonight,
Yeah.
I am worried about that.
it's like people forgot this is Ohio State. This isn't when did they ever get to play the we're the underdog card?
Yeah.
And that Clemson, you could tell they were fired up. Not that Clemson didn't want to be there, but Ohio State was there to prove I don't care how many games we played or whatever you talked about. This they were going to take it to Clemson, and they're Ohio State. They're not just some random team. They have NFL players everywhere, and
Wouldn't it make sense too that in this weird season it's been that a team that only plays 8 games wins the championship?
Yeah, I mean that. So I don't know. That's what gives me hope that it's a close game. But I don't know, man. This Alabama team. I mean, what they had 3 of the Heisman finalists, right?
They had 2, and if I was a voter, I would have had Harris as my Heisman pick. And he wasn't there. He wasn't one of the finalists.
All these awards that have come out, which I guess isn't as noticeable this year. They don't have the big award show, but that they won. I don't know, the top center. They won the top walk on, the top
Remington,
snapper, the top all the running back. Obviously, the receiver, Mac Jones is really good. They're loaded. But again, I think people just kind of slept on Ohio State for some reason because the games thing, and me guilty. Everybody. I think Ohio State was able to play that really well. So. They're not going to sneak up on Alabama at this point, So I think it could be, I think it's a close game. Obviously, I'm rooting for it because if I'm going to be the BCS / playoff guy, whatever, I got and people can give me crap for it, and I'll own it for sure. But I got to at least ensure that the championship game is good because it typically is. That's why I like this setup because we get to this point and you have 2 teams that are really good with NFL players everywhere, and they're the best 2 teams, and they play, and more times than not, it's a really good game.
I'm taking Bama minus 5.5.
Watch out.
Minus 5.5 first half because that has been the only consistent winning play. Alabama first half.
Okay.
Chandler, what stat did you see about the over in national championship games?
5 straight.
5 straight that has gone over. Now, again, this is a monster number at 75, but also kind of Ohio State over first quarter points, 6.5. I think they can score a touchdown. I saw somebody say a good point about this one, too, that Alabama goes so fast and scores so fast that Ohio State could get 2 to 3 possessions in the first quarter.
If you don't win the kickoff or whatever.
Right. So you still got an opportunity there. So
the interesting thing about this playoff format, too, again, compared to the BCS, the one knock I used to have on the BCS and I guess it was just the way it was set up, but the games were really sloppy in the first half, or low scoring, because they went like almost a month between playing. Like when Tebow played against Bradford, that Oklahoma-Florida game, where they both same offenses and the quarterbacks and all that, and it was like just really slow moving. Now I think the playoff has helped because they just played. Like you have that, Ohio State's running hot, obviously. Like they don't have that month-long layoff and trying to kind of get your feet back a little bit in the first quarter. Now they have that flow from the semifinal to the championship. So that makes sense, I guess, what I'm getting at, that you have points where you didn't used to when you didn't have that semifinal game.
Yeah, and we'll see if do you worry about Steve Sarkisian being the OC and also being the Texas head coach? And
I don't think so.
Yeah,
because recruiting's over. Like, what is he doing at Texas right now? I'm assuming Texas would have the decent.
I guess he's putting together a staff, and I don't know how much involved he is with. He's probably making some calls to kids, I would say, at this point. But I don't think it's that big of a deal.
No,
I don't think. Again, he's dealing with the best players in college football.
Yeah.
So even if he's off on his game and makes a bad call or two, the players will make up for it on the field. I would think. So.
I think it used to be a big deal when signing day was actually in February. I think it was a big deal
because then you're trying to hammer down.
You were hardcore in January at this time, like building your class. Right now, Texas has already signed their guys. Really. I mean, again, I would think Texas would, of all schools that's won some championships, would understand, like, hey, man, do your thing. Finish it out, win a title, because, hey, that's going to help us, too. Like, if Alabama wins, they have the offensive coordinator, just, like that.
Texas, according to 24/7, Ronnie, has 18 already signed letter of intent for 2021.
And the class is ranked 17th,
second in the Big 12.
So he did no work, and he's already got a top 20 class.
Yeah.
So he's. I think that's not a factor. I think he's Alabama until tonight at midnight, and then he switches in hook'em mode
to the burnt orange.
Yeah. For now, I would think he's got full clearance to be with Alabama.
I had Morgan Ehlers on Friday. I think he said that the team will start doing some work with Big John here, maybe towards the end of this weekend. So we do not have the access we've had in years past, Ronnie, but you're going to try to do some off-season football reporting if you can get some in?
Yeah, and actually I just did a phone interview during the weekend with Mike Oresco, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I was working on a couple of different things, so going to have some of that out there. And so asked him a little about ECU football, and he had some interesting things to say about the vaccine and whatnot that he kind of brought up unprompted, and I asked him about basketball and what's kind of the next focus with football over for the league, and he said, well, the conference tournament and the testing and figuring out how to do that.
Yeah, that is a huge question, I think.
He said it's something, it's kind of the forefront of the league is how to do it and how to test. Do you bring all the teams in, then test? Or do you have them test on their own, then come in? Or, like that type. He said, he's like, I don't think the vaccine's going to help us talking about the league and the sport, really, until the fall, if that. These basketball players aren't in the level or whatever, the 1A, 1B, 2, that type thing to get tested soon. Or not get tested, to get the vaccine soon. So as far as sports, college sports especially, they're riding this thing out. And the fall, summer and then fall, maybe they'll regroup it and have different protocols. But for now, they're going to do the testing stuff. And he said hoops, specifically the conference tournament, is what they're trying to figure out. So I'll have some of that and then some football stuff as well.
And check him out on Twitter at RonnieW11. Ronnie, thanks for hanging out today.
You got it.
Enjoyed it. We'll enjoy some of that chili tonight.
Heck yeah.
Ronnie's famous chili. All right, we'll take a time out. Come back. When we return, we'll talk to the BMOC, the big man on campus. What are his thoughts on Doug Peterson getting fired today as head coach of the Eagles? We'll run down the college basketball slate tonight, talk NFL and national championship. That's on the way after this.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
Looking for your next career opportunity? How about some extra cash to help pay for school? Your locally owned and operated Dixon Foods McDonald's is hiring, and they would love to have you as part of the McFamily. They offer flexible hours, competitive pay, and financial support to pursue your education through McDonald's Archways to Opportunity program. Come join the family at McDonald's. Don't let this financial opportunity pass you by. Please visit DixonFoods.com to apply.
Been pulled over for speeding and written a ticket? Then you need to call O'Neill's Speedometer Service in Greenville. O'Neill's can calibrate all vehicles for speeding tickets. All-wheel drives, no problem. 18-wheelers, no problem. Motorcycles, no problem. O'Neill's can also repair instrument gauges that have stopped working. Whether you drive a Ford or GMC, Greenville's trusted speedometer shop for over 30 years is O'Neill's. Call today for repairs or calibration work at 756-5050. O'Neill's Speedometer Service. Go Pirates.
Let us help you get back to business.
This is Donald Stocks
and Justin Judge of PIP of Eastern North Carolina.
We're ready to assist your business with branded PPE. Would you like face masks with your logo? We can do that. Plus custom social distancing signage.
Now is the time to ramp up your marketing efforts. Whether it's cutting edge, contactless, touchless marketing, or traditional direct mail, we can do it all.
We are PIP of Eastern North Carolina.
When you don't have time to go to lunch, let Jimmy John's deliver lunch to you. With Jimmy John's, we can get a freaky fresh sandwich to you freaky fast. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com. Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or heading to the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
Here today with PD, also known as Brian Meyerhofer to his friends and family, YF3.
Waking up this early in the morning isn't easy, but when you're coming to meet a group of guys that you have so much respect for, it makes it a little bit easier to not hit snooze on that alarm clock. I was looking for some way to sort of diversify my workout portfolio, and this is a great opportunity to not only do something different every day, but to meet a bunch of great guys in the community. And you want to perform at your best every day, but even when you're not, this group of guys is going to be here to help push you and help you reach your best every day.
One letter, one number, F3. Learn more today at f3enc.com.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, offensive line coach for East Carolina University football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the close to 50,000 followers today at PR927FM. And you can also catch us on YouTube Live. All you have to do is go to YouTube and search for Pirate Radio TV and click the subscribe button. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, Shirley Rhodes, thank you very much. Hour 2 of today's program. Let's quickly head out to the Fixed NC Live line, talk about the weekend, what's going on tonight, and more with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu from Barstool Sports. He joins us today on the program. Jeff, how you doing?
I'm okay, Clip. How are you?
I'm good. We're going to get your fresh reaction to something that happened earlier this afternoon. You, of course, are an Eagles fan up there in PA, and Doug Peterson fired. Little surprised by that, but let's get your take on it, big man. What did you think when you saw that news this afternoon?
Well, look, I understand why Doug was fired. I think that there's an issue with just kind of them at this point. It's kind of a fractured relationship. And, you know, when you look at his relationship or non-relationship at this point with Carson Wentz, his play calling stuff, a lot of the stuff I think is soured. I think the ownership is sick and tired of this kind of coaching staff and just some of the inabilities and the same stuff over and over. But, you know, the real issue that I have is that they will not fire Howie Roseman, who's the GM of this team, who has really put them in this spot. I mean, you know better than me, Clip, that, you know, a football team is overseen and run by plenty of people, and the architect of the football team is the GM. He's the person that puts the players on the field. He's the person that evaluates talent. He's the one that controls the draft. And Howie Roseman has struggled mightily for years in this role. And I don't know if he is compromising photos of Jeffrey Lurie. I don't know. But, you know, for whatever reason, this little weasel continues to skate through. And I'm not really sure why. You know, this guy has failed miserably. And the thought of him in control of the 6th pick this year and a draft that the Eagles desperately need to hit on, especially with limited money and old players, I'm highly concerned.
Seeing a lot of tweets already about a potential Doug Peterson to New York Jets marriage. We'll see if that comes to fruition. How about the Eagles head coaching job, Jeff? This is pretty fresh news. Had you already started to think about potential replacements as the head coach? You like anybody out there?
Yeah, I mean, look, I've said before and I said it again. I said this kind of in the middle of the season. I wanted Eric Bieniemy. I think Eric Bieniemy has really had just ultra uber success with a guy like Patrick Mahomes. Seems to be pretty innovative, and you know, what an explosive offense. I mean, you just look at kind of what he did in some of his stops. You know, even at Colorado and now with the Chiefs. I mean, he's just, they've been electric. I think he's a guy that, you know, I think long term could be a real answer. You know, I think you'll see Brian Daboll as well. You know, you look at both guys, Bieniemy and Daboll, both guys that have created success with a quarterback and a young quarterback at that. Daboll is another guy that I have some interest in. He's familiar with Jalen Hurts. You know, he's worked in college. He's been around. So, yeah, I like both those selections. To me, they would be the only two selections. I don't want Marvin Lewis or Jim Caldwell. Absolutely not. You know, Joe Brady's interesting. I think he's a guy maybe. I don't know if he's ready to be a coach just yet. But yeah, Daboll and Bieniemy would be number one.
Talking to the big man on campus, yeah, Jeff Nadu today on Pirate Radio Live. Jeff, I had a really good weekend. I talked to you Friday. You said the Saints were your favorite play. Doubled up on them. I had my football team. I had the Ravens. Even won a basketball over that the big man on campus account tweeted out, or the big man on basketball account tweeted out yesterday. The Bulls Clippers over. So appreciate that one. So Jeff, riding high right now. What did you take away from Wild Card Weekend? Sounds like you had a pretty good weekend too, I would guess.
Yeah, I had a very good week in college basketball. That was really kind of that was really where most of it came from. I didn't get a ton involved with the NFL. Sunday the games. Sunday games sucked outside of the first game. The second game was brutal to watch, I think, at large parts. And then the final game was just decided pretty quickly. But yeah, I definitely tiptoed around it. For me, it was more about college basketball, the NBA. I had a great weekend in soccer as well. So I'll probably get involved this week more. I didn't love some of the matchups this week. You know, the Saints were the ones that I really, really liked.
BMOC joining us. Jeff, we'll dive into some basketball while we're on the topic of football. How about tonight, Alabama, Ohio State? That line keeps going up. Last I saw, Bama was a 9-point favorite, total in the mid-70s. Any interest either way in tonight's game?
Yeah, when I first started gambling many years ago, in South Philly there was a bet that you could make that most books accepted. It was called a reverse. A reverse is a simple bet you can make where you pick two things. If both of them win, you win 4 times what you bet. If one wins and one loses, you just lose what you bet. If both lose, you lose double what you bet. And I remember when you would have big games like this, every time you would see it, it would always be favorite and the over. Well, I'm going a little different, though. I like the dog and the over. I think quite simply, this is a shootout. There's a reason the total's mid-70s. Both these teams have phenomenal quarterbacks. Both these teams have phenomenal skill position players. Both these teams have poor defenses. Elite offenses can attack Alabama and through the air from just their safeties and linebackers. I think there's points galore here. I think this is probably first to 40 win. I think it's going to be a terrific football game. I think it's close, though. I'll gladly trust Justin Fields and his ability to make big plays. I will say the one concern you have with the over is, does Ohio State maybe try to look to establish the run a little bit? Other than that, though, I think you see plenty of touchdowns here. Play I'd give you is probably the over, but I'm going to do a little old school South Philly reverse. Ohio State plus the 9 and the over.
South Philly reverse from the BMOC. Jeff Nadu today. Let's take a look at the basketball card, Jeff, and a light night tonight. One team that I got to tell you is off my radar. They're not in the American anymore. I have not seen a single UConn game this year. I did take them in a game last week, but they are 4.5-point road favorites today against DePaul. I believe they're in the top 25 now, if I'm not mistaken, Jeff. But what about Hurley's squad this year? And is that a team that you're interested in backing?
No, I'm not. I would look towards DePaul here in this spot. I didn't play anything tonight, at least not yet. But this is one that I had my eye on, 5.5. Always, whenever you can get a home dog at that price range, it's generally a pretty good bet. You look at Connecticut, 3 straight road games. This is their 3rd road game in 6 nights. They're going to be without James Bouknight tonight, their best player. This is a team right now that is playing well, and they just beat up DePaul a couple of weeks ago. But this is a better spot for the Blue Demons. That was, I believe, DePaul's second game or first game. DePaul's a little bit more, I think, there now. They're a team that I think can rebound with Connecticut. I think without Bouknight, that definitely hurts. You look at the first time they played, Bouknight had 20 points. You take him out of that scoreline, and this is a coin flip game. So I'd gladly take the 5 points here. I think DePaul's solid. They've got a good mixture of transfers and just, kind of players that have created a spot there. So I would lean towards DePaul here plus the 5.
Jeff, you got some Pac-12 action with Colorado and Utah. You got, I guess, the Valley taking center stage tonight. Loyola, Chicago, Indiana State, Bradley, Northern Iowa, and then later on the western side of the United States, Boise State at Wyoming. So, again, a pretty light card. You said you hadn't played anything yet. I guess we'll stay locked into your Twitter if you change your mind later tonight.
Well, I want to say this, and this is coming from someone that has gambled on basketball. I don't know, I've heard some people call me the authority on college basketball information, but I'm going to give you a piece of advice, Clip, and this is something you should listen to. In these back-to-backs, the only way you can bet them and have an edge, in my opinion, that I've seen so far is the first leg. I don't know how you really gauge what you see in the second game. It just seems to be. I know in my last week in college basketball, Clip, I was 7-3. 2 of my 3 losses were second games of back-to-backs. 2 of my wins were first games of back-to-back. So they're very tough. As far as a play that I would make, oddly enough, I don't hate taking South Carolina State, Florida A&M over the total. If you know anything about these two teams, they both play with pace. They both go very fast. Both these teams, I think, can score. You look at yesterday's game, got to 138. Neither team shot above 30% from 3. Now, it's important to mention, the MEAC generally doesn't have good three-point shooting teams, but I'm willing to think they can shoot a little bit better. Combined, I think they missed like 20 free throws. I don't think that'll happen again tonight. I'm going to lean over the total. I think this finds its way over, especially with the pace of these two teams at 140.
Big Man on Campus joining us. Big Man on Basketball account tweeted out an NBA play for tonight, and it was an under in the Knicks-Hornets game. The Hornets are trying to get me back in, Jeff, and get me excited. They've won 3 in a row. LaMelo Ball, 1 assist shy of a triple-double on Friday. He had the triple-double on Saturday, youngest player ever in the NBA. They're a pretty fun team to watch, and they've won 3 in a row now, taking on the Knicks tonight. You got the under in that game, and what do you think about my Charlotte Hornets on their little mini run they're going on here?
Yeah, they've been good. I've been excited watching them. I will say, it seems like they play every night. I can't say I remember the last time Charlotte had a night off, I feel like. But, you look at both these teams here, neither team has shot the ball real well. They're both in the bottom 10, I believe, in shooting percentage. The Knicks have had some games this year where they've just been ugly. I mean, they're hard to watch. You look at pace in this game, Knicks one of the slowest teams in the league. Charlotte's not exactly fast either. I just don't see a ton here from either team. You look at the three-point shooting as well. Knicks continue to be one of the, they were really bad last year. This year they're not much better. Charlotte hasn't shot the ball well either. I think this is probably first to 105 is going to win. It could be like maybe a 108, 103 type of game, something like that. I just don't think we see a ton of points. Plus, sharp money's been all over the under. So 212 is a good number I got here.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Jeff, I saw you tweet out a little tease that you got a big guest coming up this week later on the Big Man on Basketball podcast. So glad to see that's going well.
Yeah, I'm not going to say. Let me just preface this. In my world, this is a huge guest. I think at the mid-major world, it's a huge guest. And I'm going to tell you why when we talk to this guest, why he's a huge guest. There's a lot of things going on with him. He's actually from your neck of the woods, so I'm very excited. One of the great mid-major coaches in America that I think is going to be great to talk to.
Good deal. We'll definitely check that out. Big Man on Basketball podcast.
Hey, Clip?
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick, I just want to throw one other thing out. I'm working on some stuff kind of away from gambling with Barstool right now. I'm working on some mafia things. I occasionally report on mob stuff on the blog. I'm actually working on something really big right now over the next couple of weeks. But this week, I'm actually putting an interview out with a retired FBI agent. He actually went undercover in the mob. He was undercover for several years, wrote a book about it, about his experiences. I'm actually going to speak to him tomorrow, so that'll be up this week. So if it's something you find interesting, make sure you check it out at BarstoolSports.com.
I'm a big fan of Donnie Brasco, Jeff, and sounds similar.
He basically is, other than Donnie Brasco, one of the more successful undercover agents in the history of the Bureau.
I'll definitely check that out. All right, good stuff. Jeff, we'll talk to you later on in the week. Big Man on Basketball drops every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Check that out. And Big Man, have a good night tonight and a good remainder of your week. We'll talk to you in a few days.
Thanks, Clip. Appreciate it.
Jeff Nadu, Barstool Sports, Big Man on Campus, Big Man on Basketball podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I did not thank Jeff for the soccer pick that he put out earlier on Twitter today that was a winner over in Italy. All right, we'll take a timeout, come back when we return. Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live, Troy D. And some ECU baseball talk is on the way. We'll be back after this.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by GolfKnickers.com, the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
Introducing new Domino's Carside Delivery. Now when you carry out, you don't even need to leave your car. So you don't have to interrupt your favorite song.
It's time to drive down to the rock show.
Or interrupt your kid's favorite song.
We'll be friends just for one.
You can interrupt this, actually.
Try Domino's Carside Delivery when you carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each, and we'll carry out your order to your car contact-free. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size. Message and data rates may apply when using Domino's Carside Delivery.
This is Dr. Phil Perdue with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. My colleagues and I recognize how difficult this time is for everyone in our community. We continue to see patients during the week while taking precautions to keep everyone safe. Our extended care clinic is now open on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for your urgent orthopedic care. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Corey Scott, former ECU Baseball All-American. During my playing days, I specialized on the field as a closer. Now, as your mortgage loan officer, I am once again specializing in closing. But this time, I am closing for you, not just the Pirates. At Movement Bank, we offer portfolio loans such as 100% doctor loans with no PMI, home equity lines of credit, and jumbo loans, all at historically low rates. Contact me today, and I will be your closer. Call Coach Corey at 378-5252. That's 378-5252. And go Pirates.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $9.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for only $2.50. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or shrimp fajitas for one for only $9.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
This is Stephen Igo, publisher of HoistTheColors.net. Recruiting is the lifeblood of any college sports program, and no one devotes more coverage to the future of ECU athletics than Hoist the Colors. Want to know who's going to be the next Holton Ahlers or Jaden Gardner? We've got all the inside scoop on the Pirates' most talented recruits and top targets 24/7. Sign up now and get your first month of coverage for a single $1. HoistTheColors.net, the most reliable reporting on ECU athletics.
Classic sports moments never get old, and neither does classic food from CPW's. CPW's classic menu is back with all of your favorites like tortellini CPW's, Cajun chicken and pasta, classic lasagna, the garbage pizza, the stromboli, calzone, Atlantic salmon, the Cajun fried shrimp wrap, and more. Start every meal off with your favorite beverage and CPW's fresh baked bread and garlic butter. CPW's, serving classics in Greenville since 1995. Stanton Square near the hospital.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. University PC Care are the local tech support experts for any business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. Clip Rock here. Troy D here for Hour 3. Troy, how you doing?
Hey, Clip. It's Monday. It's dark outside. It's rainy. It's cold. The Bears choked in a...
I wouldn't say they choked. They were manhandled.
Other than that, I'm doing great, man. I'm really staying positive, and I feel pretty good, actually, all things considered.
Awesome. Great to hear, Troy D.
I should be at home under the covers, crying, but I'm not. I'm here, and I'm feeling pretty good, actually, with all those factors.
My team, the team, lost on Saturday night. Your team lost on Sunday.
Yeah.
However, and we're both not feeling great about it. I think I'm feeling better than you are.
I am feeling better for you than I'm feeling better for me.
Yeah.
Because your future seems to be a lot brighter.
My team put up a fight.
I was really disappointed nobody fired anybody in Chicago today. At least the general manager. If not, clean house.
Well, the firing happened in Philadelphia. Doug Peterson, no longer their head coach.
I'm a little disappointed that didn't happen. But
also, joining us here. Troy scheduled 2 guests on the show today so he wouldn't have to talk NFL. Good. That's a pro move.
This is true.
Pro move, Troy D. Now, if the Bears and Washington would have won,
they would have got bumped.
We would have bumped the guest off and only talked football. Blake Hardegree, Director of Player Development for ECU Baseball, is in the studio. What's up, Blake?
What's up? How you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for coming in. And we will go to the phones, Troy D, and talk to Cliff Godwin.
Yeah, we're going to head coach Cliff Godwin will join us via the phone lines. All right. The phone line.
The fixed NC live line?
I went blank on it. The fixed NC live line. Hopefully Mullis isn't listening right now going, wow, you idiot. It's all about lunch today. He'd probably call me an idiot anyway.
Got damage. Call Mike Mullis.
Well, there used to be the little cheat sheet right there with the fixed NC live line that I would look at.
Well, I'm a pro.
Now I know why it was there. I'm the one that needed it.
Correct.
But yeah, so we'll have Cliff on the phone. Blake, you'll be here, and we'll talk about the banquet that's coming up with a few adjustments this year. But people can still support ECU baseball because what are we, 39 days away?
That's it. 39 days.
Can you believe that?
The countdown is on.
39 days until baseball for ECU.
Wait, do we have a game? We don't have a schedule.
Well, we'll talk to Coach about that.
I saw a team does have a schedule and has ECU on that schedule for February 19th.
I think there is a schedule. I just don't know if it's been released yet.
All right. I would like to see that.
All right. Well, we'll talk to Coach.
We'll have Cliff Godwin run down every game. I'll write them down here on the sheet of paper. All right. Let's take a time out. Come back. Also, we got to open up the booty bag today, Shirley. We have not done that yet, so we'll make you a winner in this hour as well. It's all ahead. Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live. Back after this.
Have you heard the news? American Airlines is back and has resumed service at Pitt Greenville Airport. Reservations are available now at AA.com. Whether you're flying for business or for pleasure, enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport to get you where you're going and then home again safely. For your next trip, remember, American Airlines is back at PGV. Book today at AA.com. Pitt Greenville Airport, where the Pirates fly.
You know, texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
North Carolina state parks are now open for visitors. Parks should be used for exercise, fresh air, getting out in nature, or a day trip as the state safely reopens. Visitors should enjoy themselves, but please remember the 3 W's. Wear face coverings, wait 6 feet apart, and wash your hands often. Focus on moving through the park, keep social distancing in mind, and avoid large groups. While most facilities and activities will be open, please contact any state park before your visit with questions or visit ncparks.gov/open.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody needs Phelps Chevrolet ices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
Bostic Sugg Furniture wants to know, how'd you sleep last night? If you're like thousands, the answer is probably not very well. You're tired, stressed, your job suffers, and worse, your health suffers. Get better sleep on a Restonic mattress, a Consumer's Digest Award winner 13 years running. Restonic Queen mattresses start as low as $4.99. Restonic two-sided Queen mattresses from only $6.99. If you're ready to wake up to a whole new you, we have a Restonic mattress waiting for you, exclusively at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Sawyer's Fun Park is now open in Greenville. This state-of-the-art 40,000 square foot facility features a 2-story LED interactive laser tag, a one-of-a-kind 2-story ninja course, a ropes course with a 180-degree zip line, and it's only one of 5 in the country that are indoors. Multiple climbing walls, a super cool arcade with 40-plus games, and a brand-new full-service cafe and bar for adults. Visit the brand-new Sawyer's Fun Park, now open, located right behind ARU on Corey Road, Greenville.
Do you think you might have been exposed to COVID-19? Maybe you're planning to visit parents, family, or friends. Arc Point Labs of Greenville offers same-day COVID-19 results. No referral needed. Same-day results available. Arc Point Labs of Greenville offers easy solutions to COVID-19 testing. Arc Point Labs of Greenville is located across from Vidant Hospital on Executive Circle behind Southern Bank. Call for an appointment or walk in. Arc Point Labs of Greenville, 215-5688 or arcpointlabs.com.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Baseball is back at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We will be hosting several youth camps over the next couple months. All camps will be at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and all camps are open to participants between the ages of 7 and 13. Make sure to check out our camp website at cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com for all camp details and registration information. And of course, go Pirates!
This is ECU Assistant Football Coach Roy Tesh, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Take a look at your stock market report. It was a down day today. The Dow dropped 89 points and closed at 31,008. The NASDAQ is down 165 at 13,360. And the S&P is down 25 as well at 3,799. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday, coming off Wild Card Weekend. Got the National Championship coming up tonight between Alabama, Ohio State.
It's kind of crept up on us, hasn't it?
A little bit.
I mean, it's kind of. I think it's kind of gotten overshadowed a little bit with all the 6 NFL games this weekend. But it's a late start tonight too, isn't it?
It's well, it says 8 o'clock,
but then
which probably means
8:30 kickoff by the time they run the national anthem and do all the.
It's going to be on after midnight. These college football games take forever.
It's too late, man.
So. All right, Troy. Well, I didn't schedule it.
I don't know. I'm turned into anger. I need to see Dr. Rick. I'm turned into my father.
All right.
Are you upset about how late these games are kicking off?
Troy D here, in a good mood, as he said earlier.
I'm fantastic.
I don't know if I believe him. Blake Hardigree here as well, Director of Player Development over at ECU Baseball, and also Cliff Godwin joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Coach, how you doing?
Doing good, Cliff. Thanks for having me.
Good to hear from you, Coach.
Coach, let's get let's go ahead and get the elephant out of the room here. This is Troy D, by the way. You guys being top ranked, I saw one. What was almost top 10, definitely top 15, 13th. Yeah. Coach, you guys really, honestly, I think you're quite overrated to start the season right now. Haven't played a single game, haven't done anything to impress me. Your thoughts?
Troy, first off, if you're going to lead with that, at least know what the ranking was, number one. Number two, you've already sent me the text message behind the scenes that you thought we were overrated. So, hey, I think we're overrated too. So there we go.
I don't want to give your team any poison, as you would refer to it. So I figured I was doing you a favor.
Well, you are, because it is poison. I mean, look, they don't pass out trophies in the preseason. They don't give any awards in the preseasons. It's just for fans and media to talk about and give something for people to have a beer and brag about the Pirates.
Yeah, and we're joking around. We think obviously you got a great team coming back, but when will the season start officially? We were talking about the schedule. When does the schedule come out?
There is no official date that the schedule will come out. It's our schedule is pretty much set. We feel pretty confident in it. I would say in the next week or two, but don't hold me to that. I can tell you that we're playing February 19th at home. At this moment, we're scheduled to play Rhode Island, but as you guys know with COVID, that is always there's ability to change there. So, but we are scheduled to play at home February 19th. That's the first playable date with Division I baseball.
Cliff Godwin joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Before we talk about your current team, Coach, we had Alec Burleson on the show last week, and he put out a video promoting the banquet. Saw a video with Sean Armstrong promoting the banquet as well. I said it to Alec last week. It's so nice that
there is a program. It's not an ECU baseball team. It's an ECU baseball program. How important is that for you to have these guys from the past still working out over there, still around, maybe giving some insights to your current players? How important is that to you for the program?
Well, Clip, it means a lot to me just that former players, not just ones that I've had the pleasure to coach, but, guys like Sean Armstrong, Mike Wright when he was in town back when we first were, got the job here, but all players, but especially the guys that we coach with Brick, Burley, Pack, Dewanye's been back around, Washer, Volve, Jake is down in Florida right now. Trey Benton is, around his house. He's working out over in Wilmington, but all those guys that are still continuing to play, just to be around, it makes me smile that they still are very involved in the program. Pack mentioned that, he had talked to some guys, during last year, shoot them a text just to pump them up if they struggled one game, and they take a lot of pride in what we're doing still, even though they're not on the team right now.
Talking to Cliff Godwin, head coach ECU baseball on the Fixed NC Live line. Coach, how has it been dealing with all this COVID stuff? You're just about a year into it by the time the season starts. You lost last season due to this, but so much has been learned. There's a vaccine out there now. In fact, like my dad just got it today, so I think brighter days are ahead as we get closer and closer to baseball season as more and more people get vaccinated. It looks like the games are going to be played. There could always be a hiccup here and there with the team. Now, question mark is whether fans will be in the stands, and if so, how many. But you got to be optimistic this year, at least about playing games, which is very different from last season.
Well, last year, just everything happened. It came to an abrupt stop, and nobody knew what was going on. Nobody knew what COVID was, and I know doctors and medical people are still trying to really understand the virus, but there is a plan put in place. There are protocols. There are testing protocols, and I'd like to thank Zach Womack and our entire athletic training staff just for what they've been through over the past 10 to 11 months, because nobody has worked harder than those people just keeping our athletes on the field. Zach is working 24/7 to make sure our guys are staying safe. And, to this point, it has been very mild hiccups in our program, but as of right now, we're ready to rock and roll and get the guys on the field so we can play some baseball.
Assuming the season goes off, there will be some changes. I believe there's no midweek games, at least conference. Didn't they make an adjustment?
Well, there's never conference.
Well, I mean, the conference doesn't want you playing any midweek games. Is that what I was trying to say? Correct?
You're correct in
Thank
the fact
you. Thank you, Coach.
Nailed
they
it.
play midweek game during the conference season.
Yeah.
So,
let me get it out next time, Cliff.
Once we play the first conference weekend, which I believe is Cincinnati here at home, then we won't have any midweek games. Now, we are playing 4 games every weekend for conference, which is different. So you really, with the pitching and all that good stuff, it would be harder to play a midweek game when you're playing 4 games in 3 days.
Now, what are your expectations going into the season? Obviously, we joked earlier about getting a lot of preseason hype, getting some of the national rankings. What are your expectations? You got a lot of guys coming back from last year that you normally wouldn't have had on the roster. What do you expect for this season?
I just expect our guys to take it day by day, and I'm really not trying to be coach speak here, Troy and Clip. I know you guys laugh at me, but in a world that we're living in, every day's a gift that we get on the field, as I told them in the fall, but even more so in the spring. And, we need to prepare that our Friday night starter can't go because either he had COVID or contact tracing. We've got to be prepared that, and maybe I miss a few games because like the Browns head coach, he gets COVID. Like, we don't know what tomorrow brings, so we just got to really take it day by day, more so than we ever have before.
We got Blake here in studio. Of course, one of the annual traditions that you guys do, which I really love, is your preseason banquet. I think out of all the sports, I think, Coach, that's probably one of the most fun events I attend every year. Unfortunately, this year, due to the situation, it's not going to be in person, but you guys are still trying to go on with the banquet virtually because it is a huge fundraiser for the program. And am I right on this, that all the money goes directly to you guys?
That you are correct. And Troy, I just would like to say thanks to a lot of people already who have opened up their, checkbooks and their wallets and, we've raised over $35,000 as of today. So our goal is to get 80,000. We never have done 80,000, but that's what our goal is. So hopefully we can reach that number, and we'll have the silent auction, which will be done on hand bid. And I'm not going to steal Blake's thunder because he's the expert on this stuff. So I'll let Blake handle it here a little bit longer. But we're really excited about it, and it'll be different, like everything is with COVID. But we're really excited about it.
All right, well, don't go anywhere. We're going to get some details from Blake right now. But the good news is your expenses are way down on the on the banquet this year. They're not gonna, so it may be the most profitable banquet you've ever had in the history of the program, because everything you raise you're gonna be able to keep, because really you don't have to get a dinner, you don't have to rent a space, anything like that. But Blake, how can people be a part of it? As we said, it's virtual, it's a little bit different, but anyone that's been in past years, how can they be a part of it this year?
Yeah, so we have a link kind of out on all of our social media platforms. They can even email me and I'll send them the link, but go to that link and purchase tickets, and it's going to be a live stream, and so that's kind of how you get started.
So how much are tickets?
So tickets for an adult is $25, baseball alumni 15, and for a youth it's 10.
All right, and you're going to have, like, the day of the actual event, you're going to have something put together for everybody.
Absolutely. Yep. So February 13th we'll have the live stream. It starts at 5 o'clock. So hopefully going to be about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, but people can see our players, see our staff, see everything about our program, and get excited for the season.
And then the silent auction, do you have to have a ticket to be able to bid on that?
Correct.
That's not open to the public. You have to be a part of the banquet.
Correct. That is correct.
And
now,
it's always cool stuff that you guys have.
Yeah, and actually check out social media. We'll be putting out some sneak peeks to some cool stuff that we're going to auction off as well.
And how long will that banquet be open till? Or not the silent auction be open till?
So that's what's cool. The auction, it'll go live on February 6th at noon, and then it won't close until February 13th at 6 p.m.
Okay.
So it's kind of got a week.
Clip, I don't know if you've been in the past with us or not.
I've never been. I've seen I've watched it before when they put it out.
Yeah, they do a great job. But like a lot of times towards the end of the auction will cut off, like when you're normally there and you you write down your bids.
Right.
And people are hovering, by their items at the table. So I imagine virtually people on their mouses at a computer trying to click on different, or on their phones. So I guess that'll still people will be trying to get those last second bids in.
Oh yeah, it actually, what's really cool about Handbid, the app that we're using for the auction, what you can do is, so say me and you are bidding on an item, you bid on this item and then I bid on it, it'll actually alert you and tell you that you're losing.
Oh wow.
It's kind of like eBay, I guess.
Yeah, kind of.
That's cool. Yeah. Would you like to raise it by 10?
Right.
Yeah, deal. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Do I hear 10? Do I hear 15? 20?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. That'd be a neat feature, like in a baseball game.
Yeah, it would.
Your team's losing right now. Would you like to score more runs? Yes. I would.
I think that's what Coach Godwin's for on the bench there.
I wasn't working for Coach Godwin. I don't think he's listening right now. So what do you think? What's his real take on him?
Yeah, he's off the line.
Wait, you've been here for this about a year and a half now, Blake?
Yep, that's right.
How you like being with the program now?
Very blessed and fortunate. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better person to work under. I couldn't ask for, our support staff's awesome. It's incredible. I know that's cliche and everybody's answer, but I mean, I've been around some programs, but here, he helps me grow every day, and I thought I knew a lot, and when I came here, I was like, wow.
So you're the director of player development. You got kind of a promotion this year. What is would you like to get into coaching eventually, or what do you like the administrative side?
That's a tough question for me right now. I wanted to be an ops guy my whole life, and now I'm kind of leaning towards baseball, but I really do enjoy seeing all the success with administration. So it's kind of, I don't really know yet. So it's a good question.
All right, Coach Godwin, question for you. You've had a lot of great ops guys come through this program. You groom a lot of these guys, and they go on to bigger and better things. Out of all the ops guys you've worked with, how do you rank Blake?
Well, I can tell you this: Blake is 100 times better today than he was when he first got here. And I say this about him: the thing that Blake has always had is he's always had work ethic, and he's always had loyalty. And we've had a lot of success here with ECU baseball to hire guys that maybe or females that have had a little bit less experience but have a ton of work ethic and a ton of willingness to learn. And then the loyalty piece, which, as you guys know, that's a tough piece to probably quantify in the interview process, but I've been blessed with a ton of loyal people that have worked here, and that's a big reason we've had consistent success in our program.
Coach, one of your favorite things to do is talk to Ronnie and Igo and all the media after games. Now, we've seen Mike Houston and Joe Dooley through a computer screen for their seasons, doing a lot of Zooming. Hopefully, we'll be able to talk to you in person this year, but if not, are you a Zoomer? Do you understand the Zoom and the technology there to talk to the media?
Clip, first off, I'm not the one that makes that decision. That will be above my pay grade if you guys can come on the field or not. Secondly, I would hope that you would realize I've had to use Zoom just a couple times over this past COVID with our players and stuff. So I would like to say that I am a minor league baseball player with Zoom. So I'm not a major baseball player, but I'm a minor league baseball player.
The good news is we can still ask the stupid questions over Zoom, just not in person. Like how?
And we don't feel the death stare.
How's the weather going to be opening day, Coach? Little inside joke. Right
I just want to make sure you guys have something to talk about me about. So, when I get frustrated with the weather question, Cliff can talk about it the rest of his life. And we're good.
Good show content. We always get that from Cliff Godwin. That's for sure.
All right, Coach, we'll hook up with you when it gets a little closer to baseball and get a little more down in the weeds of this baseball season. But we appreciate you joining us today, talking about the banquet, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Hard to believe it's almost baseball season. I guess you guys are getting in the preseason grind right now.
Yeah, we are, and it's almost a month away, but we've got a lot of work to do, and our guys are back and doing stuff on the field and stuff. And Friday's the first day we can officially be out there with them, and then the first official team practice will be January 29th. So we have about 3 weeks of official team practice, and then February 19th will be here before you know it.
How is everybody health-wise? I'm not talking about COVID. I'm just talking about health-wise in general, like arms and conditioning, and how is everybody doing physically right now?
Well, as of right now, everybody's good. But as you know, as you keep adding strain to guys when we go out there and start competing in inter squads on January 29th, you're going to have the bruises, the strains, all that good stuff. But as of right now, everybody's 100% ready to go and chomping at the bit.
Yeah, I can relate. Tweaked my back the other day, getting a little too active myself, Coach. So you got to take it slow and easy to start out.
Troy, what do you work out once a week?
You know what an athlete I am. All right, hey, I want to take some BP with you guys sometime.
Sure. We'll have to see if our COVID protocols will allow you to do that. But if not, we'll just have a day of Troy Dreyfus BP. Clip, we'll let you throw to him or something. If you want to hit him, you can throw balls at him.
That'd be fun.
I'd like to participate, yeah.
But you don't get to stand behind the fence thing,
Oh, I have no worry that you'll hit me with a ball if I'm throwing it. No worry at all. Your bat will be socially distanced from the ball. That I can guarantee.
We'll have to work that out. Hopefully, by the time summer rolls around here, we got plenty. COVID's gone, so or at least
hey, Clip, I do have a question for you, Clip. Being that you're, a guy that maybe likes to, put a few dollars on games every once in a while. Who are you taking tonight in the national championship game?
I'm going Alabama first half and Alabama full game.
Got you.
So take the opposite.
You say that I'm not as well versed on the gambling scene because NCAA doesn't allow me to do that.
Right.
I think it's -8 for the total game. So how does that work when you split it up?
It's 5.5 first half.
Okay.
It's funny. Last time you were here in studio, or at least the last time I remember, we were watching a football game, and I told you I took the Titans against the Chiefs, and you just looked at me and said, "Why?" I was like, because, right. and of course you were I was wrong. So maybe I should ask you who I should take.
We'll have to do that off here.
I think Alabama's going to win. I don't know about all the points and stuff, but I think Alabama's going to win.
Yeah.
Hopefully a fun one tonight. Total is 75 over under. They're expecting a lot of fireworks tonight. Yeah. So hopefully it's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys having me on. Thanks for taking care of Blake and Pirate Nation. Make sure you go out and support the banquet, and we'll see you guys soon.
All right, Coach, we're already getting messages. People want to be in the jungle to watch the BP practice with Clip and I. So,
yeah, we might have to charge admission for that.
It could be a new fundraising.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, who needs the banquet? We're going to do this.
There you go.
All right, Coach, take care, and we'll talk with you soon.
All right, see you guys.
All right, Cliff Godwin, and Blake's still with us in studio. Once again, so just folks go on the link. Everything can be done online. Buy a ticket, a virtual ticket, and then you'll be able to bid on all the stuff, and you'll be able to be a part of the banquet virtually.
That's right. Yeah, with the new link we put out, though, so you go through that, sign up, and then they'll get an email from me from Handbid, and basically then it gives you a 1, 2, 3 step.
I feel like we should get a virtual meal clip. Like
they should
here's
send
a picture of what you would have eaten.
Well, they should get everybody's address and send DoorDash to it.
Yeah,
and everybody gets a meal.
Yeah, there you go. We get real creative on this.
Wait till next year, right, Blake?
Like, shut the hell up, Blake. It's a great idea, but that's going to be expensive.
Got it all figured out.
there?
Right.
All right, Cliff Godwin, Blake Hardegree. Blake, are you sticking around or are you heading out? We're about to take a break.
Yeah, what's up to you?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
Yeah. If you want to hang out and see how the sausage is made here, you're welcome to.
Looks like he has somewhere to be.
You've got a life and you need to go do stuff.
His chair keeps creeping closer to the door as during the interview.
You can decide during the break.
Yeah, we'll decide during the break. Shirley, we need to give somebody a prize today, and let's open up the booty bag.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, what are we giving away, and what caller will we be giving that to?
Let's go with a large 2-topping pizza, courtesy of Domino's, and I'm going to caller number 8.
Caller number 8 is a winner. 317-1250, 317-1250. Large 2-topping pizza to Domino's is yours if you're caller 8. We're back after this.
Your CBD store in Greenville has the highest quality CBD products in the country. Your CBD store is the first and only brand that carries USDA certified organic products such as gummies, honey sticks, and high absorption water-soluble liquids, which are all made in the United States. They even offer products for your pet. The educated staff will help you answer any questions, and you can stop in anytime to get a free sample. Your CBD store, locally owned and operated, open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6, right beside Duck Donuts in Greenville.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
The new Pirates Cove Car Wash and Haviland Express Lube on Glen Burnie Road in New Bern is now open. Pirates Cove in New Bern is offering Fast Passes for $9.99 for new Fast Pass customers. You can visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and on East 10th Street. And have you heard? Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
In studio with Dr. Shondell Jones today from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Dr. Jones, you guys offer more than physical therapy.
Oh, yes, absolutely. We have more than therapy services, and, we have a lot, but a lot of people don't know that we offer personal training and even health coaching services. We have personal trainers that will actually come right to your home, do a personalized workout plan with you, and our health coaches will help you meet goals and solve problems for those health challenges you wanted to solve but just haven't had a chance to get to yet. Hey, to learn about our packages and deals, you can go right to our website at kptonline.com.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-styled restaurant and bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and the best burgers around. Check out the spicy mahi risotto or the bourbon pecan salmon. Wednesday night is date night. 2 salads, an appetizer, a bottle of wine, 2 entrees, and a dessert for just $55. Thursday is ladies' night with $5 martinis and special apps. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville. The Rick House.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, Trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard, across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
When you don't have time to go to lunch, let Jimmy John's deliver lunch to you. With Jimmy John's, we can get a freaky fresh sandwich to you freaky fast. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com. Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or heading to the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Congratulations to Frank Brown of Greenville. Picked up a large 2-topping pizza courtesy of Domino's. Domino's of Greenville has 3 locations to take care of you. Every day, all 3-topping pizzas are only $7.99 each for carry-out only. Order online today at Domino's.com. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, Shirley Rhodes, who was our winner today? Again?
Frank Brown.
Way to go, Frank. Good win for the Frankster. All right, we'll open up the booty bag once again on Tuesday's edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Rock, Troy D. here on a Monday, coming off Super Wild Card weekend.
Is that new this year? It's the Super Wild Card?
Well, it's the first time there's ever been 3 games on Saturday, 3 on Sunday.
Yeah,
usually it's just 2.
But it's still Wild Card weekend.
Correct.
Like
there's just more games.
They
more
just
teams.
rebranded it as Super.
Yeah, and I hope it stays. I like the triple header both days.
So is this weekend coming up Super Divisional Weekend?
It is. They're letting our teams back in it.
Yeah. Then it'll be Super Championship Weekend.
Yeah, there you go.
And then there'll be the Super Bowl.
So you watched your team lose yesterday.
I did, and I was listen, when Wims dropped that touchdown pass. First of all, great. As much grief as I give the guys.
Perfect ball.
It was a trick play.
Yeah.
Perfectly executed by much maligned Mitch Trubisky. Threw it, could not have thrown it any better. Probably the best ball the guy's ever thrown in his life. Puts it over the right in his hands. He couldn't have placed it in slow motion any better. And he doesn't even get a finger on it. I don't even know how you get it in his hands and he still doesn't even get his hand on it. It was crazy. When you're an NFL receiver, and there's only 32 teams of these in the country, Clip, there's only a handful of guys in the nation that are starting receivers. You got to make that play. That's your job. That's what you do. You can't drop that. And when that happened, it's over.
You're right. That changed everything.
Because that would have tied it up at that point, 7-7. Completely changes the complexion of the game. Completely changes how aggressive your defense might be. And it's just... the wheels just came off after that, and who knows? Listen, I still think the Bears might end up losing that game, but it probably would have been a much closer game. But it's plays like that that are just so frustrating.
Yeah,
and he should have been out there. He was the one that got in a fight earlier this year. Remember, ripped the
How
chain
about
off
the same guy for the Saints got 2 Bears receivers thrown out this year in 2 games?
And this is what that guy does.
He got Wims on the first one, and then Anthony Miller yesterday.
Yep, he got him.
Same guy.
And Miller should have known better than to headbutt him. And they knew this going in. This is what this guy does.
It's already happened.
The Bears head coach spent 15 minutes on this guy with video saying, look out for this guy. He's going to try and bait you.
Or did he?
This is what he does.
You would hope so.
No, it didn't sink it. He spent time getting them ready for that.
Yeah.
And the guys still fell for it.
Yeah. God. Brutal.
It was... I feel like that. God. You still have that cut, Shirley? God. Yeah. And I was sitting there going, at that point at the game, I'm like, thank God I'm not doing a live feed like Clip did. Redskins, because I'm losing my freaking mind, and I really don't need people to see me like this.
At least our game was entertaining and was fun. That was kind of a snoozer yesterday.
Yeah. It could have been a great game. I mean, no, it could have been. I heard, and the people that watched it on Nickelodeon loved it. I saw the highlights on Nickelodeon, and a lot of the video and cuts, and now I'm starting to think, man, I should have watched the game on Nickelodeon. I was joking about SpongeBob doing the play-by-play. Well, hell, they had SpongeBob a part of it almost.
He was in the kicking net.
Yeah.
They a lot of people watched that, I think, to rip on it, and then while they were watching it, it looked like they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like legitimately enjoyed it.
Yeah, they tried to clown it, and they're like, well, I'm going to stick with this. This is kind of cool.
And I saw like the slime effects after a touchdown and everything they were doing. So it looks like it was a pretty good success. Credit to the NFL. I saw some baseball tweeters out there saying the NFL puts games on Nickelodeon to try to grow the brand. MLB won't let you watch a game in your local market. It's blacked out, and you can't see any games.
It's true.
So
it's different philosophies.
Yeah. They're aggressive at trying to, I guess, get kids. So did your kids watch the game?
We watched it on
the
CBS. We're watching
the series.
My
Jim
kids,
Nance feed.
They're going to be teenagers in a couple months. Believe it or not to make you feel old, Clip.
Well,
they're too old for Nickelodeon now, but that's a great demo for the younger kids. And I wanted to hear, here we go, Jim.
Yeah,
Tony.
Little Tony.
So Jim, which was weird because Tony
was not on site.
He was dealing with a COVID situation. They never said whether he has it or was just exposed to it. He seemed fine, obviously, but how they match that up where, look, it's hard for us to do a show and we're sitting side by side without talking over each other in different.
Well, sometimes you talk over each other and you don't know.
But I'm saying, when he's
Troy, I can't hear you. Troy.
He's 3,000 miles away. They can't see each other. There's got to be some type of delay they had to figure out. I mean, it's incredible how they made it sound like they were sitting in the same booth.
I only noticed it once, actually, now that you mention it, that Tony was talking while Jim was talking, and they both kind of stopped. But yeah, it was pretty seamless.
It was a pretty cool moment last night when Jim Nance let Tony Romo know that he was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame.
Well, he said he already knew. He said he got the football day ahead of time.
I didn't see that on the broadcast.
So he said, well, the football came yesterday, Jim, but I appreciate you embarrassing me on TV. But so he did know. Because his kids were playing with the football. He got like this Hall of Fame football for college, and the kids were playing with the football.
Not to be like hot take away from a good moment guy, but is Tony Romo a college football Hall of Famer? I've never heard of the guy in college football.
Correct. Where did he play? Northern Illinois or somewhere?
Eastern Illinois.
Eastern Illinois, though,
Never heard of him.
And he went undrafted.
Right.
Right. I think that...
Now, he had a good NFL career.
Right. If Tony Romo doesn't go to the Cowboys and if he doesn't have a great broadcast career, is he in the College Football Hall of Fame?
No chance.
Correct. This is really a rewarding after college.
I'm starting a petition online. Get Tony Romo out of the College Football Hall of Fame.
I mean, it is a little bit... I agree with you. I never heard of him in college.
Honestly, he's closer to being in the Announcer Hall of Fame than any football. He's awesome. He is great.
He's very good at that. Probably overpaid, but very good.
Well,
all those guys are, but that's a different story. But he's good to listen. I like Tony listening to him.
So did you like? I think we talked about this last week. I was okay with the Saturday night game. I at least got to watch 2 games before I got mad that my team lost, but. You got to wait until Sunday. Was that good? Did you watch any games leading up to it?
First of all, I did. I love the time slot. I still stand by my saying that the Sunday late afternoon time slot was the premier. I felt time slot. Most people were home by then. And I was getting texts from people that don't even watch games, that they were watching this game.
Well, you'll see.
Giving me grief.
This coming Sunday, they gave that one to Breeze Brady.
Yeah.
The kind of early evening, late afternoon,
the
Sunday
late game, you lose a percentage of the general public, the people that aren't diehard fans. But I didn't watch. It's a lot of football. First of all, 6 games like that.
I was about footballed out.
I watched bits and pieces. Some games more than others, depending. But I just could not sit there Saturday. It was kind of nice. Boys wanted to play some backyard football. Like, I just couldn't be in front of the TV for 6 games back to back, or for 3 games like that. So I watched some of it. We monitored what was going on when we went back in the house and stuff. But the only game I watched from start to finish was the Bear game.
Now that your team is out,
I fell asleep at halftime of the late game Sunday night because there
was nothing to watch.
Yeah, I know. Anyway. At that point, it was like, who cares?
Are you adopting a new team or
no? Well, I'm not that guy. I'm going to stick with my team, man. Ride or die with the Bears.
You're not what guy? You're not a guy with two favorite teams, like the Patriots and the Bears?
Exactly. I'm sticking with the Patriots as my AFC team. I'm loyal to them.
Oh, so you don't want to add a third
Right,
team?
I'm not those are my team. I told you, the Bears are my number one team.
Man.
And if I've got a secondary team because of my relationship with Tony Collins and how good they've treated me up there when we've gone up there, I like the Patriots. Patriots aren't in it. The Bears aren't in it. I'm just a spectator at this point. I'm not going to be some bandwagon fan at this point, jump on someone else's bandwagon because
you're already on enough bandwagon.
The Browns are looking good. No, they're not my team. I'm not against them, but I'm not for them.
So, is there any team that you're going rooting for?
Not really. No, I really don't have no rooting interest. I'm just
going
pure,
Bills.
Pure spectator.
I'm on the Bills.
I'm on the Bills train too.
The Bills only for the fact that I think the videos that come out pregame with these idiots jumping through the tables and flaming tables and catching themselves on fire and breaking legs. I always love to see how, and if they keep winning, you know that it's going to get more and more.
It's going to escalate.
Yeah, how can they outdo each other? So for that entertainment value only, I think if the Bills keep winning, I think it would be hilarious to see those videos because the Bills mob, they're insane.
They're crazy.
These people are nuts.
I was glad that they were able to get some fans in and see that on Saturday. That was fun to watch.
I don't know why every stadium can't do that. Honestly,
it's a local.
I know,
deal.
but if they can do it in New York, they should be able to do it everywhere.
Okay. Bills Ravens Saturday night should be fun.
Yeah,
we've got the games coming up this weekend on Pirate Radio. Stephen Igo, Mr. Fact Check guy.
You like the Browns since they always lose, and now this is could be their time.
I would like to see them beat the Chiefs. Yeah. Pull for the underdog.
Yeah.
Igo looked it up. Tony Romo did win the Walter Payton Award, the best D1 AA player. So I guess he was pretty good.
So like the Heisman?
Not a Hall of Famer.
Was that voted on by the Nickelodeon viewers?
Yes, that was.
Is that a legit award? Is that the MVP?
Was Tony Romo ever a good guy award recipient?
I'm going to say he probably
Did you see that Mitch Trubisky was not the MVP, he was the MVP. Which at first I thought it was a joke. I thought it was like the not important player or something. But it was the Nickelodeon valuable player. And it was a legit award.
A legit award, but it was a farce. I was watching.
Someone manipulated Trubisky's Wikipedia page and to put it as his accomplishments, put that as his accolades, his major accomplishment.
Yeah, in 2021
Nickelodeon
MVP.
valuable player.
So I was watching the Barstool stream because Big Cat is a Bears fan.
He is, yes.
PFT commenter wanted to make Jameis Winston the MVP, but when you go to vote, he was not able to vote on because he didn't play. He's a backup quarterback.
Okay.
So they were like, all right, let's go Mitchell Trubisky. They're going to lose. It'll be hilarious if he wins it. And everybody at home watching is like, why? So they started it trending.
Yeah.
And got Mitch for MVP trending on Twitter.
And it worked.
And everybody voted for Mitchell. And
the losing quarterback was the MVP of the game. That was too funny.
They were hoping that he would be interviewed and slimed after the game after a loss. So he's
Sean
angry,
Payton was.
upset. I saw Sean Payton get slimed.
He took the slime.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So football on Nickelodeon. I'm down. Let's see it again.
You ever been slimed on?
I've been to the Nickelodeon studios, and we
felt slime like you've touched it.
I don't know. I don't remember that, but we participated in one of the games. It wasn't televised, but it was like a Double Dare type thing.
Oh yeah,
that they do there.
And I gotta tell you, growing up, I love some Double Dare.
So I was shooting rubber chickens on a big slingshot. And my dad was wearing the oversized pants. We played that game at Nickelodeon.
Double
I don't
Dare
think we got slimed though.
Was one of my favorite shows growing up as a kid.
It was awesome. Yeah.
I don't think they still have that anymore, do they?
Mark Summers.
Yes.
The host.
Yeah, he was great.
Of Double Dare.
He should have been on the broadcast.
I know. They should have had him. They should have had
sideline reporter.
The girl from Guts, Mo, whatever her name was. Yeah, they should have had them up there.
Now, was Double Dare Nickelodeon or was that MTV at the time?
No, it was Nickelodeon.
Okay, I loved that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great program.
All right, let's get our final break in. We'll come back. We'll see. We got another fact checker. Redbeard. Tony Romo never won the Good Guy Award. Thank you for checking that for us there.
I think that's a Chicago Bears special.
No, everybody does it. We found out. Ezekiel Elliott won it this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so every team has a Good Guy Award?
Yeah,
Teddy Bridgewater was the Panthers.
There's the Cowboys list for Good Guy Award winners.
Oh, I thought it was just a Bear. Oh, okay. So it's a media deal with every team.
Yeah.
But I think each team has a different name, dedicated to a media member.
Right, but it's basically the good guy award.
Right, yeah. It's the good guy award.
I went from not thinking this was a real thing to finding out when you came in Thursday, and on Friday we found out that everybody does it.
Yeah, I did not know every team does it.
Because
followed the Bears.
Igo was in, and he was like, "Oh, what the Broncos have?
Yeah,
blah blah blah."
the Broncos
and I'm
have
like,
one.
I'm gonna look and see who the Panthers is, and it was Teddy Bridgewater.
Who knew? All right, let's take a time out. We'll come back, talk a little national championship and more when we return after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Happy New Year's from Brown & Wood. This month, get a 2020 Cadillac XT6. Save up to $5,000 plus 1.9% for 72 months. And remember, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by GolfKnickers.com, the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Nat Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
How much does the word reliable mean? Sure, all businesses describe themselves as reliable, and we certainly wouldn't expect any business to be unreliable, but when you take a word like reliable and make it your way of life, the entire core of your business, it tends to mean a little more. And it's something you have to show people, not tell them. At Delcor, we show it by being there the same day you call. We show it by simply doing outstanding work with exceptional products, a family-oriented work ethic, and genuine caring for all of our neighbors throughout Eastern NC, because in a time of need, we know the first and the only thing you need is someone you can count on. That's why we only use equipment you can count on too, like a train comfort system. It's hard to stop a train. Delcor can have a new train comfort system installed in no time, or we can provide an AC tune-up to make sure your system is performing well. So will your system keep you cool all summer? Find out. Call us. We're Delcor, the service professionals, reliable for over 4 decades. Visit DelcorInc.com today.
Hidden phone trade-ins, hidden plan requirements, hidden catches. You won't find any of those at US Cellular because we do things differently. And that means you can get the Samsung Galaxy S20 FE or Google Pixel 5 for free with no hidden requirements all season long. US Cellular. Upgrade to fair. Terms and conditions apply. See store uscellular.com for details.
Does the idea of going to your local U.S. Cellular store make you feel a bit uncomfortable? Tired of the hassle of waiting and wearing a mask? Let Toby Williams and his outside sales team take away that worry. They will come right to your home or office and drop your phone off on the porch or at the front desk for you. Saving you time and worry is what the team at Cellular Warehouse is all about. Call Toby today at 252-799-7051 and let them help you with all of your wireless needs. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Hi, this is Billy Parker from Parker's Barbecue. I am so excited to announce a brand new menu item now available at all Parker's locations. Come in for our delicious new boneless wings. Our wings are fresh, hand-cut, right there in the store. Never frozen, and our wings are big. Try them tossed in one of our signature sauces, sweet red barbecue sauce or barbecue honey mustard. Get a boneless wing bag for less than $5. That includes 6 boneless wings with hush puppies and corn sticks. Parker's Barbecue, a homemade tradition for over 50 years.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Pirate Radio.
It's going to change. I promise you. As I stand here, it will change. Okay, and when it does, that stadium, it's going to be rocking, and heaven help whoever walks in there to play us.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville's new extended care clinic is now open Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. so you can avoid the emergency department for any urgent orthopedics care. For more information, call 757-2663 or visit orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East, providing services to Eastern North Carolina and the Pirate Nation for more than 35 years. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, thank you, Shirley Rhodes. Pirates back on the hardwood coming up Wednesday at 5 o'clock, so we'll be checking that one out as we do our third hour on Wednesday. Jeff Charles usually joins us in that time slot. He'll join us coming up on Tuesday's edition of Pirate Radio Live to talk Pirate hoops, football, and more. So we got The Voice coming up tomorrow along with Stephen Igo, Billy Weaver, and a lot more on the way this week on Pirate Radio Live. Got all the NFL action coming up this weekend. Troy D, tonight, a football game on, as you said. I don't know, that lost in the shuffle, maybe.
And we're only in the second week of 2021. Feels like this has been a long year already. Be careful what you wish for, folks. So long, 2020. Well, look out. 2021 said, hold my beer.
I will say this, Troy. ECU's basketball program's 0-4 in 2021.
Oof.
Combined.
Yeah, that's not good. We need to break the streak.
Let's fix that on Wednesday.
Alabama's going to be tough to beat, Clip.
You think so?
I just think they're...
It's a tough league, Troy.
Although Ohio State, I got to tell you, stunned me the way they handled Clemson.
I was shocked.
But I wonder if that was such a big win for. Sometimes you see are they due for a letdown?
Yeah.
That was their championship. We showed them, and they're just happy to be there.
Whereas Alabama,
so used to being here, they were taking care of business.
Alabama usually, and they were in control the whole time. But Notre Dame kind of hung around with it. Did Alabama save something?
Right.
Perhaps for this week. Right. I don't know.
But I can't wait to watch the Nick Saban interview. So I hope his headset doesn't work again.
The king of red poison.
What? Why am I doing this?
He's going to be pleasant at halftime.
Yeah.
You know what? That might be the only reason to tune in.
He'll be the maddest championship coach if they win again.
Will Troy D see any of the fourth quarter?
That is a great parlay.
That's my prop bet.
That is a great prop bet. Man, I don't know. Listen, I could even bet that and wouldn't be sure.
You could bet yes and fall asleep in the third quarter.
Yes, it is possible. Because my intentions are, I'll probably try. But I know what's going to happen. If at halftime, if I go lay down and watch the game in bed to watch the second half.
Oh, man, it's over.
I know by the time the fourth quarter rolls around, I'm going to be asleep.
Yeah.
It happens to me all the time. So I've got to I don't have to stay up to watch it, but a lot of time what will happen is I'll fall asleep and wake up with 4 minutes to go and then catch the end and then watch the
Your internal clock, your alarm sets off that, hey, you should watch the end of this game.
It's weird. That happens a lot of times, yeah.
And, you don't care too much about it.
I'm not that geeked up about it. Are you?
Yeah. Not really.
I'll try and stay up, but I'm not going to if I'm tired, I'm going to go to bed.
Shirley's looking good in the...
Shirley, you're all
Washington...
Are you doing a lumberjack gig on the side? What the hell's going on over here?
Figured I'd just wear the stereotype today, so...
Lumberjill.
Lumberjill. Sorry, Lumberjill. Let's be correct.
If you get the joke, then kudos for you.
Yeah.
No, actually, poor Chandler. He went to put the hat on. His head's too big, and the hat does not fit.
It looked like a kid's hat. Explain what you're doing for people that don't know.
Well, Clip gave Chandler this.
He's a Nationals fan,
right?
That is a Nationals hat, but it's Redskins colors.
Right. Redskins colors.
So Chandler was a fan for a day. I thought I'd give him the hat.
So you're gifting your hat to him, which is very generous.
Right.
Have you already re-gifted it? Wow.
It didn't fit Chandler's big melon.
It did. Yeah, Chandler.
So now, surely it's perfect, and it matches your ensemble today.
Yeah. Well, but the only thing is I don't like the brim flat. I'm old school.
Yeah,
I like mine curved.
That's how I am.
But I didn't realize it actually fit because I was looking. I was like, how is this not? So, Clip, is this the actual size that you wear?
It might be a little small by now. It's an old hat.
It's an old hat.
7.5.
7.5. Okay, so this is 7 1/4. This is 7 1/4.
Yeah, that's too small for me now.
Poor Chandler. He went to put it on, and it didn't it didn't cover much
Chandler's
ground.
got a big old brain.
So I told, he was like, well, it looks good on you.
Looks good on
I was
you,
like,
though.
all right, well.
Shirley, that's the first thing Shirley and I agree on in fashion with the curved brim hat.
Curved brim?
Yeah, well.
Finally, we found some common ground, Shirley.
Oh, jeez. Let's not make that a habit, though.
What unites us is stronger than what divides us.
Yeah. I've heard that before.
I got this jewel. I'm representing Canada today on the show. I got this.
Yeah,
new,
what is that all about?
Toronto Blue Jays alternate hat. So
someone gave it to you for free?
No, I bought it.
Oh, you bought that?
I purchased it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Because it's pretty.
Okay.
And I haven't seen it.
Because it's pretty.
Yeah. It looks great.
Well, I mean, that's kind of your thing. Everyone's got different ways they spend money. You've got a hat fetish.
I love hats.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't get enough of them.
Yeah, that's cool. I actually got this. Is a new one for me. This is the first time I've worn this year.
I need to get
I
a
picked
new
it up
hat
over
myself,
the holidays.
actually.
I thought it was kind of cool that I actually got this at my friend's at UBE, the University Book Exchange, right next door. I liked it because it doesn't look like an ECU hat when you first glance at it, but it's an ECU hat. Because Bailey saw, he's like, where'd you get that? Is that like some beer company hat or something? It kind of has
East Carolina Beer Company.
But then you look at it a little closer,
How many ECU hats do you have?
Too many.
Yeah.
I
Kind of like me in general. Yeah.
So I forgot to ask you. I mean, you may have answered this question once before. Do you know exactly how many hats you have? Like, do you have a number?
Me?
Yeah.
That I can wear probably a good 15.
How do you store them?
But that I have.
Do you hang, what do you do with them?
Actually,
on a shelf, like on top of each other?
It's like,
that's what mine are.
It's like a rod, and at first I was going to like clip them all on, but I found it better to fold the hats so they're kind of stacked up.
Okay.
So they're all.
You have some organization to
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Mine are just all kind of piled together.
But then, Shirley, I probably have another 20 to 25 that are like out of the rotation, like that one was.
Right. Okay.
So
Okay.
It's up there.
I think I might have about probably somewhere between 10 and 15. I have those over the door hanger things that you can hang over the back of your door. They're all hanging from that. So
it's a cool, neat story.
This has been Hat Talk.
You know what? We had to sit there and listen to you talk about your hats. You could listen to mine.
Everybody's got a hat story.
Except Chandler, he has no hat today.
Chandler's head is too big for hats.
Too big.
Yeah. Sorry, Chandler.
I've joined the sales team here, so I feel like it's more professional to.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, he's next level.
With your Kimball Walker
Hey, how about that?
jersey.
So not only does he produce, he does sales. You could say Chandler wears many hats.
Good one, Troy.
Poof.
Let's end on a high note. Troy, we'll see
I
you.
disagree. No, I'm just
we'll
kidding.
see you Thursday.
Sounds good. Look forward to it.
Thanks for hanging out. And we'll see you folks Tuesday, 3 o'clock for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 90.